Russell is the first team all year you've played on a field turf surface, and they had a lot of team speed, and it felt like the combination of those two things was really an advantage for them on both sides of the ball. I know we've talked this year that you don't have a great deal of team speed, but what can you learn from that game and that opponent as to how to play faster? Even if you can't all of a sudden have a bunch of Usain Bolts on the field, how do you play faster moving forward?
Well, once you see it, you can adjust to it as far as how fast you've got to read something. So if it's going to be there quicker, you've got to read it quicker. You've got to see the pull. You've got to call a pull quicker. You've got to read your back better. So it's really an eye adjustment thing, because your feet, you're going to follow that, but your eyes have to see what you're supposed to read, and then that translates to your foot moving. And that faster speed, the quicker you see that, that's why your JV is so important. That's why those young guys selling out for the upperclassmen is so important. They've got to run hard in practice. It makes the game on Friday slower.
Talking to Reese Mckinney, head coach of the Colby Eagles. Last 2 weeks, including the Russell game, the running game has really struggled to get going for you guys. When you diagnose the issues there, what are the things that maybe aren't clicking and you're not able to get those between the tackles runs to sustain drives or get you ahead of the sticks early in drives?
We've had a little trouble hurting them with the pass, keeping them honest. So, and then hurting them, make them cover the entire field. The screens we were using earlier to spread people out, we haven't hit them as well to make them as much of a threat. So we've gone back to some of the basic stuff to make sure that we're ready to make them cover the whole field.
It's one thing to go out and get beat in lopsided fashion week in and week out. There are a lot of programs that go through that. That's not been the case for you guys. Even in this stretch where you've lost 4 out of 5, 3 of those losses, you've been very competitive. One was a one-score game, and the other 2, you had chances to make it a one-score game late throughout. So you're right there. Does that make it more frustrating, or is it easier to maybe maintain some confidence and belief that if we stick to our plan and we stick to our preparation and just get 1% better every day, we can turn being in these games to winning games like this?
Well, I think it's both, yeah. I mean, your mentality is if you're just getting blown out every week, you start to falter in the game plan. You start to believe that you're no good or things like that. It gets into your head. These guys know they're in every ball game. They know they should never quit on a ball game. They can make a big play and be right back into one. So they've done really well with that. I don't think they've ever lost hope or faith that they're a good team, and they continue to play hard and practice hard.
Our guest is Reese Mckinney, the head coach of the Colby Eagles, here on the Funk Optometry pregame show. Scott City, the opponent tonight, and they kind of feel like a pretty typical Scott City team. They're maybe not blowing teams out, but they're finding ways to win each week. What are the ways that stand out to you that they've been most effective this year?
Well, they've been good at overcoming some adversity. I mean, they've had 3 of their main position guys out, and they were still able to remain competitive and win football games. So I think they're supposed to have most of those guys back this week, so they'll be at full strength. We're at full strength. Should be a good, fun, hard-fought game either way.
Defensively, they've created 15 turnovers this year, and 10 of those, I believe, have been interceptions. So they've been able to make big plays against the pass, but they've also been a little bit boom or bust. They've been susceptible to some big plays in the passing game. What are some ways you feel like you can maybe attack them through the air, especially given, a couple of the absences they might have in their secondary?
Yeah, they do pick off a lot of football, so we got to make sure we're making the right reads. Hunter's done a good job with that in practice all week. Then we've got to trust our eyes and throw it. There's times he needs to fire them into those lanes where those linebackers are dropping to, or if he sees that blitz coming, that means that zone's open. So he's got to see those. He's, like I said, he's done a great job with it this week. I have no doubt. I have complete confidence in him finding them this week to tonight, to make sure that we're still able to sustain drives and make them play honest defense.
To your point about Hunter, I thought last week was one of his better games in terms of running, in terms of pulling the ball and scrambling, and he had one play where he scrambled out of trouble, converted a 3rd and 18 with a 20-yard run. How much can that help your passing game, seeing the quarterback able to make something out of nothing and make those decisions and make that defense respect his run threat even more?
Well, it's a big deal because now those linebackers can't just fly out of there. The D linemen can't just run up the field. They've got to stay lane disciplined, or they see that he could step up and hurt them. So what it really does is it opens up passing lanes for him now that he's used his ability to run. We've known he could do it, pull the ball down and run. He's great in open space and can make people miss, and he's just quick enough to make a couple guys miss. So I'm glad he finally used it. I hope he continues to use that and trust his feet and his arm and has a good game.
Talking to Reese Mckinney here on the Funk Optometry pregame show. You touched on this earlier on, but splash plays, explosive plays were really significant for Russell last Friday night, and you've allowed a lot of them this year, 10 touchdowns allowed of 20 or more yards by your defense this year. When you look at some of those splash plays against your defense, are there commonalities in those reps, in those in that execution or lack thereof maybe in some cases by your defense that you need to clean up and make sure that you don't give those splash plays away to a team like Scott City tonight?
Early on, it was tackling. There's no doubt. The numbers of how many missed tackles we've had each week has started to trend downward, so they've done a lot better with that. And the other thing is, it's a new defense to them. They've been in a 4-4 their high school careers, and now they're in a different one. So they're finally getting to feel comfortable with what their job is and their role is, and they're playing faster and faster each week. So that's helping them out. That's going to be key tonight. They got to build on, keep getting better at and trusting what they're doing.
Last one for you, Reese. It is senior night. You've got 10 seniors going to take the field at Denon Field for the last time in the regular season as Colby Eagles. Is there a special message for those seniors tonight, or do you sense that this week they've really stepped forward and understood that this is a special night for them and one that they can really take ownership of as a group?
Well, I brought back the brotherhood philosophy this week, and all the seniors got paired with the freshmen. It was their job to kind of take them under their wing this week and help them out and make sure they're having a good time in school and paying attention in school and acting right as a Eagle football player, and kind of showing them what it looked like on the practice field and the warm-ups and everything we did. So they've done that great job with that, which makes the speech before the game a lot easier. It's just everybody's job to play for them tonight.
Reese Mckinney, the head coach of the Colby Eagles. Reese, best of luck tonight.
Thank you.
We will have a weather update on what should be a brisk fall night, and then we'll have the kickoff from Denon Field when we return. It's the Colby Eagles and the Scott City Beavers. You're listening to your home for the Eagles on radio, 100.3 The Ride.
The new school year is underway, and you made sure your kids got all the supplies they needed to be successful. Backpacks, pens, paper, pencils, notebooks. But did you make sure that they had the visual tools they needed to be successful? Hi, this is Dr. Sam Funk with Funk Optometry in Colby, Atwood, and Hoxie. And studies show that up to 80% of learning is visual. Make sure your kids have the visual tools they need to be successful. Call my office today to make an appointment in Colby, Atwood, or Hoxie. And let's make this a successful school year.
When it comes to agriculture, Farm Credit of Western Kansas and Colby is your one-stop shop for all your credit needs. We offer a variety of loan products, including operating lines of credit, equipment and cattle loans, and real estate mortgage loans with long-term fixed rates up to 30 years. Farm Credit of Western Kansas is member-owned and pays an annual cash patronage, with this year's patronage totaling $3.5 million. Come see us at 1190 South Range in Colby, or call us toll-free at 800-657-6048.
Roof's worn out, and it needs replaced. Who are you gonna call?
Roof Masters!
Roof Masters Roofing at Colby has been your premier roofing contractor for over 40 years, offering free estimates on all types of roofs, as well as seamless rain gutters and vinyl siding. So give us a call today. What's that number, Jake?
462-6642. I think you better call
Roof Masters!
Hey friends and neighbors, Nextech Wireless here with a super exciting deal. Right now is the time to get the newest iPhone or Android on us. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff is ready to get your new device set up and running right. By the way, we know that it's you who makes our business great and our neighborhood's home. Thank you, Nextech Wireless customers. Visit, call, or text 877-621-2600. We are Kansas.
Here's a look at tonight's weather forecast on the Funk Optometry pregame show.
It is going to feel like fall tonight for the final home game of the season for the Colby Eagles as they host the Scott City Beavers tonight. Looking at a game time temperature just over 50 degrees and cooling into the low 40s by the time things are done tonight at Denon Field. Overnight lows sinking into the 30s. In fact, below freezing. An overnight low of around 31 degrees is expected tonight. But things will bounce back for the weekend. Sunny and a high of 68 tomorrow with an overnight low of 37. Sunday, some patchy frost in the early morning, but then sunny with a high of 74, an overnight low of 43. Then for your Monday, sunny with a high of 77. So expect a warmer weekend, but it's going to be chilly. If you're out there at Denon Field tonight or still making your way out of your car towards the bleachers as you hear this, make sure you've got a blanket or something and stay bundled up. It's going to be football weather for week number 7 of this 2021 season. The kickoff between the Eagles and the Beavers is next. You've been listening to the Funk Optometry pregame show. It's the Eagles on radio on 100.3 The Ride.
Technology sure has changed since the mid-90s. Even though times have changed and technology has vastly improved.
Thank God.
The quality sales and service team at Office Works and Home Furnishings continues to be the best in the Northwest at making your office work. They provide the prompt professional service on site and in their shop. Plus, they got anything your office may need, from desks and printers all the way down to that pin with a chain on it. Call for sales or service at 462-2222 or come see their showroom on South Range in Colby.
Taco John's fans can't get enough of the new double cheese chicken boss burrito. One person said, which means this new and improved 3-cheese red pepper and smoky hatch chili queso makes Taco John's best burrito even better. Then someone else was like, which roughly translates to, this queso blanco and nacho cheese combo is unbelievable. Well said. The new double cheese chicken boss burrito, part of our queso blanco creations, only at Taco John's. Download our app for exclusive deals.
The Eagles on radio, 100.3 The Ride.
And we welcome you live to Denon Field. It is week number 7 of the 2021 campaign, the 46th all-time meeting in football between the Colby Eagles and the Scott City Beavers. Colby is 2-4 on the year, 1-2 in 3A District 6. Scott City is 4-2 and 2-1 in district play. The captains meeting at midfield. The captains tonight for Colby, Ian Rosales, Nick Raymer, and Tyler Voss. Colby in the home black on black tonight with white numerals, the black helmet with the orange eagle logo. Scott City in their road whites with the sky blue numerals, sky blue pants, and the sky blue helmets with the Beaver logo on one side and the player's numeral on the other side of the helmets. Colby is coached by Reese Mckinney in his 5th season, 36-18 all-time, 31-14 at Colby, 20-3 here at Denon Field, 1-3 against his alma mater, Scott City. The Beavers led by Jim Turner in season number 6. He's 46-14 at Scott City. That includes a 24-5 record against GWAC competition and a 4-1 mark against the Eagles. Scott City has won 16 of the last 17 meetings in this series. The last Colby win was the last time here at Denon Field, a double overtime victory back in 2019. Scott City won the toss. They will defer. So Colby will start with the football tonight. And as the kicking teams take the field, we'll remind you that you're listening to the Eagles on radio on KRDQ Colby, 100.3 The Ride. I'm Dan Lucero. So glad to be with you tonight for the final home game of the 2021 regular season for the Colby Eagles. Losers of 4, their last 5. Tonight is the night to get right. And what a lift it could be for this team down the stretch if they were able to snap out of their funk against this Scott City program. What it means to beat Scott City cannot really be understated. They have been a gold standard kind of program in Western Kansas high school football for quite a long time. The starting defense for the Scott City Beavers: on the defensive line, Gus Hawkins and Jaden Lewis at the ends, Carter Good and Josh Jacobson in the trenches. The linebackers are Aaron Ruelas, J.P. Harris, Brady Welker, and Tracer Chapman. Avery Knoll and Colin McDaniel start at the cornerback spots. Dylan Metzger is the free safety. For Colby, on the offensive line from left to right, Ian Rosales, Nick Raymer, Zach Castigliano, Tyler Raymer, and Zach Griffin. Colin Carroll is the tight end. The receivers, Carson Van Eaton and Bryce Myers. The running backs, Tyler Voss and Zane Betts. And Hunter Vaughn is the quarterback. Handling the kickoff duties for Scott City is a senior foreign exchange student from Italy, Matteo Bianco. Back deep to return are Isaiah Rosales and Brody McGreer. Rosales back from a 2-game absence. Bianco gets the right toe into it, and this game is underway. It's taken by McGreer, middle of the field at the 10. McGreer sweeping to the left, following his blocks to the 25, and chased down from behind and tackled before he can turn the corner at the sideline. About the 27-yard line, J.P. Harris running him down to make the tackle. So Colby will
start with 11:53 showing on the Denon Field scoreboard clock. They'll have a 1st and 10 at, let's call it, their own 28-yard line. And the offense is led by Hunter Vaughn, 65 of 113 passing for 667 yards, 6 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. He threw 2 of each in last week's loss to Russell. He's also rushed for 77 yards on 34 attempts and been sacked 10 times. He's in the pistol with Tyler Voss, a deep back. 2 receivers spread out to the right, 1 receiver to the left. Ball in the far left hash as Colby moves left to right in this first quarter. Motion from Zane Betts before the snap. The handoff goes to Tyler Voss, and Voss hits it up inside for a nice first down gain across the 35 before he is tripped up by his ankles up close to a first down.
Number 81,
Tracer Chapman making the tackle about a yard shy, call it 2 yards shy of first down yardage. An 8-yard run for Tyler Voss, and he in the Colby run game looking to get back on track after they have struggled mightily the last 2 weeks. An empty backfield on 2nd and 2 with 3 receivers right and 2 left. Snap to Vaughn. He fakes right, passes left, and has an inside screen complete to Bryce Myers. Has a first down and more. Down the left sideline to the 45, to the 40, to the 35, and finally dragged down and spun down at about the 32-yard line of Scott City. An explosive pass play to start this game on the second snap for Colby as Bryce Myers picks up big yardage. About 31 yards to the 32-yard line and a first down for Colby. Into Scott City territory in just 2 plays. And for a Colby team that has wanted to start faster, the first 2 snaps could not have gone better. Ball in the far left hash on 1st and 10. A wing to the left in the pistol set. The handoff to Voss. Voss off of right guard. Bounces off of 1 tackle. Drags a second tackler down close to the 25-yard line before he's finally taken to the turf. Brady Welker finally slowing the progress of Voss right at the 25. It's a gain of 7 on the first down run for Voss. 2nd down and 3 coming up for Colby. Call it 2nd and 4, in fact. A 6-yard pickup to the 25. Snap to Vaughn, end around to the wingback Zane Betts, and Betts can't clear the first wave of defenders as J.P. Harris, the middle linebacker, trips up the sophomore Betts right at the line of scrimmage. Give him a 1-yard pickup on forward progress. 3rd and 3 for Colby. Opening drive of the game, 10:23 and counting to play in the first quarter. Colby trying to score in the first quarter for the first time since week 1. Ball just inside the 25-yard line. Line to gain is the 22. Receivers 2x2, pistol formation. The snap back to Vaughn, chest high, 3-step drop with time, throwing outside of the right, and it is knocked away, but a flag is down at the 10-yard line. The intended receiver outside the right hash was Carson Van Eaton, and it appears that Colin McDaniel, the cornerback, interfered with the process of the catch. And that is going to give Colby a first down. A pass interference
called on the Beavers.
moves Colby into the red zone on their first drive of the night. Hunter Vaughn threw kind of a skinny post to his slot receiver on the right, Carson Van Eaton, and McDaniel had good position but also made some contact. So it's a 13-yard penalty, half the distance to the goal. Colby has a first down and 10 from the 12-yard line. Zane Betts a receiver right, 2 receivers left, Bryce Myers in the slot. Voss to the left of Vaughn in the gun. Betts motions behind the quarterback. Snap to Vaughn, hand off to Voss. Off of right tackle. Squeezes through and is tackled from behind. The ball came out late. Voss is ruled down on the tackle by J.P. Harris at about the 7-yard line, maybe the 6. Another solid first down pickup for Colby. Call that a 6-yard rush for Voss on the first down run. 2nd down and 4 for the Eagles. Ball at the Scott City 6, a drive that started back at the Colby 29. Receivers 2x2, wing to the right. Pistol snap back to Vaughn. Hand off to Voss. Sweeping off to the right across the 5. Banged down as he leans close to the goal line. Looks to have first down yardage down to the 1. The dial-a-down says 3rd down. We'll see about the signal, and it is indeed first down for Colby. First and goal from the 1 after that 5-yard run by Voss. Colby knocking at the door, their first quarter points since week 1. Wing left, pistol formation, ball in the right hash on first and goal from the 1. It's Voss up the gut, tripped up behind the line, stretching for the line to gain, but he is marked down at the 1. No gain for Voss on the run.
2nd and goal for the Eagles.
Approaching 9 minutes to play in the first quarter. Colby nothing, Scott City nothing, but the Eagles have a second and goal from the 1 yard line. Not only has Colby not scored in the first quarter of a game since the opener against Hugoton, that's the first time they scored first in a game. 2 receivers left, shotgun. Receiver right, Zane Betts in motion. Snap to Vaughn, give to Voss off of right guard. He squeezes in for the touchdown. Touchdown, Colby. A commanding drive from the Colby Eagles to start tonight on senior night. What a way to get the action going. Tyler Voss from a yard out, his 7th rushing touchdown of the season. And the Eagles take the lead and keep the offense on the field for a 2-point conversion attempt. Colby has not kicked an extra point since after their first touchdown against Smoky Valley back in week 4. They position the ball between the hashes. Tyler Voss is the quarterback taking the shotgun snap. He fakes to Zane Betts, keeps it himself, trying to muscle the defense across the goal line, but he is stacked up off of right tackle and shoved backwards, and the conversion is no good. But it's Colby with the lead, scoring first for the first time since week 1. They lead Scott City 6-0 with 8:40 to play in the first quarter. You're listening to the Eagles on radio on 100.3 The Ride.
Just because everyone is getting back into the swing of school does not mean you let everything go at home. That's where Hoover Lumber of Goodland and Colby comes in. Keep your lawn looking its best with the help of Stage 3 fertilizer from Ultimate. Leaves will soon be covering the ground. Be prepared with either a new Craftsman or the all-popular Eagle leaf blowers. Hoover's also continues to be your store for home improvement with Benjamin Moore paint and lumber. It's a good time to buy with prices coming down. Plus, they continue to stock all kinds of grills, and they now offer programming and cutting of car keys. Keep your home in the swing of things with the help of Hoover Lumber Ace Hardware in Goodland and Colby. With High Plains Co-op, it's great to know that the more things change, the more things stay the same. High Plains Co-op and their 8 locations in Colby, Dresden, Gem, Grainfield, Hoxie, Levant, Park, and Selden are here to give you the service you need and deserve. High Plains Co-op is there for all of your grain, feed, and fuel needs. Get the latest in markets, ag news, and information by visiting their website, highplainscoop.com. That's hi-plainscoop.com. Continuing to stand with you is High Plains Co-op.
The Eagles on radio, 100.3 The Ride.
Colby Eagle head coach Reese Mckinney has been pleading for a faster start from his team, and he has gotten it tonight on senior night at Denon Field. An opening 8-play, 71-yard touchdown drive for Colby. Tyler Voss punching it in from a yard out to give the Eagles a 6-0 lead over Scott City with 8:40 to play in the first quarter. Ian Rosales on for kickoff duties tonight. We saw him kicking off in the second half against Russell, had a touchback. He gets the foot into this one, kicks a wobbler short, taken at the 30-yard line by one of the Scott City up man, and that was Avery Knoll, who fielded it with his knee on the turf. So Scott City will start where the ball was caught, right at the 30-yard line with 8:39 showing on the Denon Field clock. Dylan Metzger is the starting quarterback for Scott City. The junior 40 for 84 passing for 524 yards, 1 touchdown, 4 interceptions. He's also rushed 29 times for 66 yards and a score. We mentioned in the pregame we weren't sure about the status of star junior running back Jace Thomas. He is in the game to start at wingback. 2 in the backfield, Metzger under center on first down. Metzger play actions, rolls to the right, now to run, and tackled in the backfield before he can turn the corner. As coming up to make that stop for Colby is Breon Barton. Breon Barton making the play, a sack of a loss of a yard. That is Breon Barton's first sack of the season, and I'll be honest, that's the first time we've called Breon Barton's name this season. Fine time for the junior Breon Barton to make an impact. 2nd and 11 for Scott City. Ball on the far right hash, the Beavers going right to left. Metzger takes a snap. It's a handoff. Sweeping to the left is Colin McDaniel, and he's caught from behind by Ian Rosales and taken to the turf for no gain. Maybe got the lost yard back, but not much more than that, as the sophomore Colin McDaniel does make it back to the 30, but he could not outrun Ian Rosales to the perimeter. 3rd and 10 coming up for Scott City. Nose of the ball sitting just behind the Scott City 30-yard line on the left hash. Beavers send 3 receivers to the right, including Jace Thomas in the near slot. 1 receiver left is a 6'6 tight end, Gus Hawkins. Shotgun with a running back to the right of Dylan Metzger. The running back is Brady Welker. Snap back to Metzger. Sprint right. Pressure in his face. Hit as he throws. Has it caught by Thomas. Bangs off of one tackle. Stretching for the line to gain. But he's a yard short at the 39-yard line. Bryce Myers and Connor Lanning were there. And boy, a generous spot from the line judge as the nose of that ball is just on the 40-yard line. That might be enough to move the chains on that 3rd and 10. Metzger took a shot on the throw. And he is back in the huddle, but hands on his knees and in some discomfort. The spot gives Scott City a first down on that 3rd down and 10. The completion to Jace Thomas for his 8th reception of the season. And right away you see the impact that Thomas can have. He has missed games this year with a leg injury, but is back in the lineup tonight. And he just did stretch the ball as he was going down to that 40-yard line. Ball on the right hash, 1st and 10 from the Scott City 40. Wing to the right, receiver to the left. Split backs. And Avery Knoll is in at quarterback. Metzger out for this play. It's a handoff to the fullback, Welker, and he is spilled immediately. There's Breon Barton again coming up from his linebacker spot. He and Nick Reamer combined for that tackle. Just a yard for Brady Welker. On first down, Welker, 5'10", 185-pound sophomore fullback, the second leading rusher behind Thomas on this Beaver team. Colby 6, Scott City nothing. 6:20 and counting to play first quarter. Opening drive for the visiting Beavers. Double wing with the receiver left. Welker the deep back. Metzger back in at quarterback. Play action. Metzger throwing outside to the left and an over-the-shoulder catch made by Jace Thomas into Colby territory at the 49-yard line. Taken down just by the sideline by Carson Van Eaton. But Thomas has another first down reception to the 48-yard line.
The play picks up a first down for Scott City.
Call it the 49, so another 10-yard catch by Jace Thomas. And a first down for the Beavers. Ran an out route, kind of a drag from his wing spot. Two tight ends, wing to the right, split backs, 1st and 10 from the Colby 49. Sweep going right. The ball carrier is Camden Volgamore, and Volgamore is knocked down at the line of scrimmage. Colby shuts down that rushing attempt as Tyler Voss is in for the tackle for Volgamore. That's just his second carry of the season, the 5'11", 150-pound freshman with no gain on first down. 5:14 and counting to play in quarter number 1. Colby scoring on their opening drive, leading Scott City 6-0. This is the first drive of the night for the Beavers. Receivers one by one, double wing with a fullback behind the quarterback Metzger. Metzger takes a snap, 3-step drop with time, throwing outside to the right, but he overthrows the intended receiver. That was Colin McDaniel leaking out from his wing back spot, and the pass was overthrown in the flat. 3rd and 10 coming up. Second time on this drive, Colby has forced Scott City into a 3rd and long. Scott City got all 10 of the yards they needed on a previous 3rd and 10. Ball sitting right between the hashes at the Colby 49-yard line. The big target, Hawkins, to the left. 3 receivers to the right. Jace Thomas not in the game on this snap, it appears. Running back Welker to the right of Metzger. 4-man rush. Metzger sprints right. Immediate pressure in his face. Ian Rosales! He's got it for the sack! Back at the Scott City 43-yard line. Ian Rosales came to play on his senior night tonight as he drops Metzger for a big loss on 3rd down. A loss of 8. 4th and forever coming up. 2 sacks on that opening drive for the Colby defense. That matches their number all season coming into tonight. The sack by Barton on the first play of the drive, and then the sack by Rosales to end the drive. Is on to punt is Brady Welker. Deep to return, Bryce Myers for Colby, standing at his own 23. Low snap taken on a hop. The punt just did get away. A low sideways spiral. Myers stays away from the ball, lets it roll inside the 20. It's down by J.P. Harris at about the 17-yard line of Colby. About a 40-yard punt there for Welker with the bounce and roll, and Colby with a 6-0 lead takes over with 4:08 to play in the first quarter, and they do so at their own 17-yard line. Eagles went 71 yards on 8 plays, were aided by a pass interference on a 3rd and short that sustained the drive and moved it to the red zone. Tyler Voss with the 1-yard touchdown run to polish it off. Ball in the near right hash for Colby. Empty backfield. 3 receivers left. Tight end and a receiver right. Vaughn takes a shotgun snap. 5-step drop. Steps up in the pocket. Heaves it down the middle of the field, and it's caught by Myers at the 40-yard line. Myers taken down at the 42. Right over the top into the hole in the deep coverage, and Bryce Myers hauls it in for a big play.
Myers picks up the first down.
25 yards and a Colby first down. 2 big catches for Bryce Myers to start this game. Colby's leading receiver on the year, now up to 27 receptions. And a 1st and 10 for Colby from their own 42. They are quick to the line. Receivers 2 by 2, running back to the left. And that's Voss motioning out of the backfield to the left side. Vaughn drops back 7. Tunnel screen over the middle, caught by Zane Betts. Betts follows a block to midfield. Down the middle of the field to the 45-40. Tripped up from behind at about the 37-yard line. Another big play for Colby as the last line of defense, Avery Knoll made the tackle at the 37-yard line. That's a 21-yard catch and run for Zane Betts on the sophomore's 11th reception of the year. And Colby in business once again. 1st and 10 from the Scott City 37. 2 receivers to the right. Slot man Betts motions behind the quarterback. Snap to Vaughn. Option to the left. Late pitch to Betts. Betts along the sideline, banged out of bounds as he crosses the 35 to about the 34-yard line. Pursuit on that play by Knoll, who's in there at free safety.
Avery Knoll and J.P. Harris.
Betts picks up, call it about 4 on the first down run. Second carry of the night for Zane Betts. 2nd and 6 for Colby. They lead 6-0 with 3:20 to play in the first quarter. Clock stops as Betts ran out of bounds. Empty backfield for Colby. It's Tyler Voss taking the snap. It's a direct snap to Voss, and he runs it right up the middle, trying to break it outside to the left, close to a first down, banged backwards as he got near the 25-yard line. It looks to be first down yardage, and it is. Ball marked down at the 25-yard line. It's a pickup of 8 for Tyler Voss and a Colby first down. That's an interesting wrinkle in the Colby offense. Voss right back to the shotgun. Ball on the left hash as he takes the snap. Following 2 pulling linemen is Voss, but this time Scott City swarms the ball carrier, and they trip up Voss after a gain of just 1. Tackle up front by Carter Gooden, the 235-pound senior defensive tackle. J.P. Harris, the junior middle linebacker and leading tackler for this Scott City defense, in on the stop as well. 1 yard for Voss. Brings up a 2nd down and 9. Colby looking to add to their 6-0 lead. 2:38 and counting to play in the first quarter. It's 2nd and 9 from the Scott City 24. Still Voss at quarterback with Vaughn, a receiver to the right in this formation. Voss takes a shotgun snap. End around to Zane Betts. Betts makes a nifty cut inside, but can't bend it back out to the right. He is dropped at the 20-yard line right along the left hash. 4-yard pickup for Betts. 3rd and 5 coming up for Colby.
3rd down and 5 for the Eagles.
So the last 3 snaps have all been to Tyler Voss, who of course was Colby's backup quarterback last year. Hunter Vaughn looks towards his wristband, and now Vaughn is going to join Voss in the backfield for this 3rd and 5 from the Scott City 20. Voss stands to Vaughn's right. 2 receivers go to the left side of the formation, and 1 to the right with the ball on the far left hash. Snap to Vaughn, sprint right, throwing the quick out, and it's nearly picked off. Colin McDaniel in coverage on Carson Van Eaton. A flag is down right where Ian Rosales fell down in the backfield about 3 yards deep. Typically, that's the area of holding, and that's the call. It is holding on the Eagles. And rather than decline the penalty and bring up 4th and 5, Scott City accepts the holding call and moves the ball back from the 20-yard line to the 33. So it's a 13-yard holding penalty. And it makes it 3rd and 18 with 1:39 to play in the first quarter. Ball at the Scott City 33-yard line. Colby with 3 receivers left. Voss in the near slot. A tight end and a receiver right, the short side of the field. Vaughn in the shotgun. Takes a chest-high snap. 3-man rush. Vaughn steps up in the pocket, now hitting the backfield, and he is sacked for a short loss. The sack on that play made by Carter Gooden.
Brings up 4th down and
The
long.
11th time that Colby has been sacked this year, loss of just 1. And a promising drive for Colby now faces a 4th down and 19 from the Scott City 34. Remember, Colby had a 3rd and 5 from the 20. Offense remaining on the field for the Eagles. Hunter Vaughn goes to the shotgun with 3 receivers to his left, a running back and a receiver to the right. Vaughn takes a low snap, 4-man rush. Vaughn steps up, lofts one down the seam, and it's bobbled and dropped by Tyler Voss at the 15-yard line. It was there. It would have been a touchdown, but Voss had it clank off his right hand and couldn't haul in his own deflection, and Colby turns it over on downs with 53 seconds to play in this first quarter. Colby maintaining a 6-0 lead, but now Scott City with some momentum after the defensive stop. They take over at their own 34 with 53 seconds showing in the first quarter. It was just a little beyond Voss, but Voss reached his right hand out and tried to maybe tip it to himself, but just couldn't get it under control. A tough break for the Eagles. Would have been points. Wing to the right, ball in the near left hash for Scott City on 1st and 10. Split backs, and the handoff goes to the fullback Welker, who plows ahead for a couple. Maybe the 37-yard line. Tyler Voss coming up to make the tackle. Nick Raymer and Tyler Raymer on the scene as well.
Tackled by Tyler Voss.
Welker picks up 3 yards on that first down run. Again, we're keeping an eye on the status of Jace Thomas, and he is not on the field for Scott City on this drive after he started the game. Wing to the right, 2 receivers to the right on 2nd down and 7. 15 seconds left in the quarter. Metzger turns and hands it off, and it's Welker sweeping right, and coming up from his cornerback spot to make the hit at the 40-yard line is Connor Lanning. And the 3-yard pickup brings up a 3rd down and 4, and that will be the first play of quarter number 2. 1 quarter in the books from Denon Field on senior night, and for the first time since week 1, Colby strikes first. They lead Scott City 6-0. You're listening to the Eagles on radio on 100.3 The Ride.
Take advantage of Ram Power Days this month at Colby Dodge. Take advantage of discounts up to $5,000 off MSRP on new 2021 Ram 1500s. Our new inventory is building up, so if you don't see exactly what you're looking for, stop by and learn how easy it is to order a new vehicle built just for you and your needs. There's no additional cost, and the process is quick and fun. Visit us in person at exit 53 I-70, Colby, Kansas, or browse online 24/7 at colbydodge.com.
People's State Bank offers 10 convenient locations statewide. Whether you're looking for a loan, personal or business accounts, ATMs, mobile banking, or bill pay, PSB wants to help you. At People's State Bank, we take pride in our communities. Check us out at psbbanks.com. People's State Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
The Eagles on radio, 100.3 The Ride.
Quarter number 2 set to get underway from Denon Field in Colby. Dan Lucero back with you. The Colby Eagles leading the Scott City Beavers 6-0 after the first 12 minutes. Scott City just held Colby on downs, and they face a 3rd and a short 4 from their own 40-yard line. 2 teams switch ends. Scott City now moving left to right. Ball between the hashes for this 3rd down play. 3 receivers in the game, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Metzger under center with a single setback Welker. Metzger takes a snap, sprint to the right, pressure in his face. Metzger cuts up the field, runs through 1 tackle, not a second. Down he goes at the line of scrimmage. Tyler Voss and Colin Carroll are there to deny Metzger the right to turn up field and gain the yards necessary. No gain on the play on the run by Metzger, and 3rd or 4th down and 4 coming up. Colby has the punt return unit on the field. We'll see what the Beavers decide, and they are going to punt it away. Brady Welker, a 40-yard boot his first time. Isaiah Rosales deep to return. Looping snap back, and the punt is nearly blocked. Boy, Ian Rosales almost got it. Isaiah Rosales takes it at the 25, returns it up the middle across the 30, and tripped up from behind at about the 33-yard line.
Isaiah Rosales returns the Walker.
34-yard punt, and Rosales returned it about 7 or 8 yards. Colby's third drive of the night begins at their own 33-yard line with 11:12 to play in the first half. Hunter Vaughn in the pistol with two receivers and a tight end to the right. The deep back is Tyler Voss. The receiver from the left, Zane Betts, motions across the formation to the right. Trips to that side. Snap to Vaughn, give to Voss. Voss picking his way through a hole, diving up close to the 40-yard line. Tripped up on the play by Aaron Ruelas, the junior outside linebacker. Brady Welker in on the play as well. Nose of the ball right at the 40-yard line. A pickup of 7 for Tyler Voss on first down.
3 for the Eagles.
42 yards rushing on the first 9 carries tonight by Tyler Voss. And just 77 total rushing yards the last 2 games combined. Pistol set on 2nd and 3. Vaughn hands it off to Voss, and Voss jumps through a hole and is tripped up as he makes his way off of the right hash to the 45-yard line. That's sufficient for a first down. In fact, call it the 46-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 on that run for Voss. The Colby rushing attack looking lively after the last 2 weeks, managing just 92 combined rushing yards in losses to southeast of Saline and Russell. 1st and 10 here from the Colby 46. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Running back to the left of Vaughn. Zane Betts in motion, and he takes the jet sweep handoff. Betts turns inside of a block and is dragged down as he crosses midfield outside the left hash. Dylan Metzger making the stop for the Beavers, along with Camden Volgamore, but Betts makes his way to the 49-yard line of Scott City. Call it a 5-yard gain. 2nd and 5 coming up. Colby 6, Scott City nothing. 9:46 and counting to play in the first half. 2 receivers right, running back to the right in the shotgun. The receiver left, Betts motions behind the quarterback. The handoff goes to Tyler Voss off of left tackle, following the block of Ian Rosales, stumbling through contact across the 40, down to the 38-yard line. Tough sledding right along the left hash for Tyler Voss, and a Colby first down. Ball moves to the 38-yard line, an 11-yard pickup for Voss, his longest rush of the night so far. He's up to 59 yards on 11 carries. This is a Colby team that could not look any different from the way they have looked for much of this season. They are attacking those running lanes once again with Tyler Voss. 2 receivers and a wing to the short side left on first down. It's another handoff to Voss, squeezing through the middle to the 35, and then the pile trips forward down to about the 33, so some extra yards for Voss at the end of the play. Picks up about 5. J.P. Harris on the bottom of that pile for Scott City, and he is slow to get up. A junior middle linebacker finally to his feet, appears to be no worse for wear. 5-yard pickup for Voss on first down. Colby with a 6-0 lead here at Denon Field on senior night. With the sun all but set, a little bit of color in the sky behind the Colby offense as they move right to left or west to east. Split backs in the shotgun, 2 receivers right, snap to Vaughn, give to Voss, off of left tackle, bounces it inside, shoved forward across the 30-yard line, close to first down yardage again for Tyler Voss, to the 27-yard line. That moves the chains.
Voss picks up another first down for the Eagles.
In fact, I think you could call this the 26, so a 7-yard run for Voss. Everything on the ground so far for Colby on this drive. In 6 plays, they've moved from the Colby 33 to the Scott City 26. Receivers to either side, tight end and a wing to the right, pistol set, Voss the deep back, Vaughn 3 yards back of his center. Chest high snap to Vaughn, play action. Vaughn rolling right, pressured from the backside, throwing it deep down the right sideline. A flag is down. Is the pass intercepted? No. Dylan Metzger was out of bounds. There is a flag down at the 15-yard line away from the play. That is an interesting place for a flag to come down unless it's a legal man downfield. Scott City's players are clapping. They seem to think it's on Colby. Dylan Metzger very nearly had his 6th interception of the year. His 5 picks lead this voracious Beaver secondary that has intercepted 10 passes this year. It is a legal man downfield on Colby.
Illegal man downfield called on the Eagles.
I didn't see who strayed downfield, but that is going to be a 10-yard penalty. Or check that, no, a 5-yard penalty. So the ball back to the
first down 15.
31-yard line. 1st and 15 there for Colby. That is their 2nd penalty of the night. 7:40 to play and counting here in this first half. Colby with a 6-0 lead over Scott City, trying to add to it. 1st and 15 from the Beaver 31. Receivers 2x2. Pistol set. Tight end on a wing to the left side. Snap to Vaughn. Play action. Vaughn with a clean pocket. Sings it down the left sideline. He's got a man, Zane Betts, who makes the catch, and he's in the end zone. Touchdown, Colby! Dime time from Hunter Vaughn to Zane Betts down the left sideline. 31 yards for the Eagles score. Vaughn's 7th passing touchdown of the season. Betts' 2nd touchdown catch. And the Eagles double their money with 7:17 to play in the first half. A perfectly thrown ball on the go route, and the sophomore Zane Betts showing his speed, pulling away from the defensive back and making the over-his-shoulder grab. That is quite possibly Hunter Vaughn's best throw of this season. Colby to go for 2. They were unable to convert the first time. Vaughn is in the shotgun with Voss to his left. Motion to Betts. Betts takes a jet pitch going left, cuts it inside the blocks, and he scores the 2-pointer. 7:17 to play in the first half. Colby 14, Scott City nothing. You're listening to the Eagles on radio on 100.3 The Ride.
The McDonald's is food you buckle in with your seatbelt deal. And there's no reason not to take that extra precaution, because a meal from McDonald's is not just a meal. It's often your most precious cargo.
Enjoy one of our $3 bundles, like a hot and spicy McChicken or 6-piece Chicken McNuggets, each paired with small fries. Add any size soft drink for just $1. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. McDonald's. I'm loving it.
Your home is the one place where everything should be perfect, including your air. McKee Inc. helps you achieve the perfect air you deserve with reliable, groundbreaking, award-winning Lennox products. Call McKee Inc. to hear more about how we can help you feel healthier and happier in your home. It doesn't get any more perfect than that. Call us today at 785-462-3132.
Eagles on radio, 100.3 The Ride.
Hunter Vaughn connects with Zane Betts on a 31-yard touchdown pass, and Colby now leads Scott City 14-0 with 7:17 to play in the first half here on senior night at Denon Field. If you had let Reese Mckinney script a first 17 minutes of football here tonight, I'm not sure he would have dreamed it quite like this, as the kickoff is a squibbing onside, and diving on the ball is Gus Hawkins, one of the up men for Scott City at the Beaver 39-yard line. That was Taden Fiken who handled those kickoff duties. Scott City will start at, let's call it their own 38, with 7:16 showing on the clock here in this first half. Colby's defense has forced 2 Scott City punts and has sacked Dylan Metzger twice already. Metzger under center with an empty backfield. 2 receivers left, 3 to the right on first down. Metzger, short drop, throw outside of the right is caught by Volgamore, and Volgamore breaks 1 tackle before he's banged down outside the right hash at the 45-yard line. Nick Raymer making the tackle. For Volgamore, his first reception of the season. It's good for 7 yards. 2nd and 3 coming up. Again, since the opening drive, we have not seen Beaver standout junior Jace Thomas, who was a game-time decision tonight, caught 2 passes for 20 yards on the opening drive, but didn't finish that drive, and we haven't seen him since. Wing left, Ruelas, split backs, 1 receiver to the short side right, handoff sweeping left, it's Colin McDaniel, leaps over 1 defender, tripped up by his ankle, close to a first down along the left hash. Ian Rosales, Tyler Voss on the scene for Colby. Looks like McDaniel might be half a yard shy, the official eyeballing it, and call it a yard short. 3rd down and 1. 2-yard pickup for McDaniel on his second carry of the night. Approaching the midway point of this second quarter. Colby 14, Scott City nothing. 3rd and 1 for the Beavers from their own 47. Snap under center to Metzger. It's a trap handoff to the fullback Welker, stumbling through contact, twisting across midfield down close to the Colby 45-yard line. That's a first down.
Defending for the Eagles on the 27.
7 yards for Brady Welker on the handoff right up the gut. Some stubborn running for the sophomore fullback.
Welker picks up the first down.
And Scott City picks up the first down. 1st and 10 for the Colby 46. Beavers going a little more up-tempo here. Dylan Metzger rearranging physically his running back McDaniel, sending him deep in an I formation with a wing to the right on first down. Check that. That's actually not Welker. Whoever it is just got smothered in the backfield by Connor Lanning and Ian Rosales. That was Cesar Peregrino.
Cesar Peregrino on the carry.
With the carry, the sophomore loses a yard thanks to Connor Lanning's penetration, and Ian Rosales, who's having a whale of a game already tonight, holding up his block as well. 2nd down and 11 for Scott City from the Colby 47. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Shotgun set with Welker to the left of Metzger. Metzger takes a snap, 4-man rush. Swing pass to the left side, caught by Welker. Welker runs through the ankle tackle of Barton, sprinting down the far sideline to the 30, to the 25-20, and finally shoved out of bounds by Tyler Voss inside the 20 at about the 16-yard line. All kinds of room along the sideline for Brady Welker. And he picks up 31 yards on the catch and run. A first down for Scott City. They're in the red zone. Scott City in a huddle with 4:40 to play in this first half. Clock stopping as Welker went out of bounds. 1st and 10 from the Colby 16. Colby leading 14-0. Receiver left, split backs, wing right, ball on the far left hash. Metzger takes a snap. It's an inside handoff to McDaniel. McDaniel scooting to the 10, to the 5, towards the pylon, and in for a Scott City touchdown.
Number 21, Colin McDaniel.
Colin McDaniel took the counter trap handoff, burst through the hole, and used his speed to get to the pylon for a 16-yard touchdown run. The sophomore's second touchdown run of the season. And Scott City is on the board with 4:33 to play in the first half. On for the extra point, their reliable junior kicker Freddie Sines. He's 9 for 11 on point after tries this season. A much-needed response for the Scott City Beavers. Good snap and hold. Sines with a kick. And it is good. With 4:33 to play in the first half, Colby's lead is cut in half. It's now 14-7, the Eagles over Scott City. You're listening to the Eagles on Radio on 100.3 The Ride.
Rarely, if ever, do you hear someone say they look forward to going to the doctor's office. This is Dr. Kristen Parker with Northwest Kansas Chiropractic. Many chiropractic patients experience instant pain relief after receiving a treatment. As a result, a number of our patients have said they actually look forward to their chiropractic adjustments. If you've never been to a chiropractor, I'd like to personally invite you into our clinic for effective, comfortable, and professional care. Learn more about us online at nwkchiro.com. The Colby Free Press brings residents of Thomas County news, pictures, and commentary on the happenings, issues, and events that impact the lives of residents of Thomas County. The Colby Free Press is informative and affordable. The Colby Free Press is a local daily newspaper that has earned a great reputation for journalistic excellence and extensive knowledge of the local communities of Colby, Rexford, Brewster, and surrounding communities.
The Eagles on Radio, 100.3 The Ride.
It's Isaiah Rosales on the kickoff return for Colby, faking an end-around handoff to Zane Betts, and Rosales with some room across the 30 before he is tripped up at about the 33-yard line. Colby will take possession there with 4:28 to play here in the first half. Scott City is on the board after a 6-play, 62-yard scoring drive. Colin McDaniel with a 16-yard touchdown run to cut the Colby lead in half. It's now 14-7 in favor of the Eagles. They start this drive officially at their own 34-yard line. Two receivers go to the right, including Colin Carroll in the slot. Two receivers to the left, Zane Betts in the slot to the short side. Ball on the left hash on first down. Hunter Vaughn in the shotgun, takes a chest-high snap, spins and rolls to his right. Looking down the field and finally lets it rip and has a catch along the far sideline. That was a dart to Zane Betts, who came all the way across the field to make the first down reception at about the 47-yard line. I'm telling you, that was a seed from Hunter Vaughn throwing that ball on the run. 13 yards on the completion. Vaughn now up to 131 yards on 5 of 6 passing. That was Betts' third catch of the night for 65 yards. 1st and 10 for Colby from the 47. Pistol set with a wing to the left. Snap to Vaughn, hand off to Tyler Voss. Voss bursting up the middle, spinning to his right, shaking off a tackler into Scott City territory, down at about the 47-yard line.
On the carry, defending for the Beavers, number 21, Colin McDaniel.
Good work up front once again. Colby really winning at the point of attack.
2nd down 3.
Vaughn makes his way to the 47. It's a 7-yard pickup for Voss on the first down run. His 14th carry of the first half. Colby getting back to an offensive identity that is familiar here tonight. Two receivers in a wing to the wide side left. Ball on the right hash on 2nd and a short 3. Low snap to Vaughn. Hand off to Voss. Pressured in the backfield. Runs through one tackle, but is tripped up before he could turn the corner on the left side. Brady Welker and J.P. Harris making that stop. A flag on the play. Coming down away from the play. Looks like the line judge threw it, and it's holding on Colby.
Holding called on the Eagles.
That will march Colby back 10 yards from the line of scrimmage and turn 2nd and 3 into 2nd and 13 from the 44-yard line. Third penalty tonight for Colby. And a previous holding call was costly on their second drive of the night, the only one that's come up empty for the Eagles so far. They lead 14-7 with 3:20 and counting to play in the first half. Two receivers right, one receiver left. Tight to the formation, that's Betts. Betts motions in front of the quarterback to the right. Vaughn takes a pistol snap, give to Tyler Voss. Voss following his blocks, running through contact up to midfield, gets the penalty, not all the penalty yardage back, but the lost yardage back, gets Colby back ahead of the sticks and back into Scott City territory at the 49. Line to gain is the 44, so call it a 3rd and 6 coming up after that 7-yard run for Voss. And before the play, an official's timeout. Looked like Tyler Voss may have lost his mouthpiece or something. He handed something to Voss. Yeah, I think that was his mouthpiece. Voss pops it right back into his mouth. Line to gain is the 43 of Scott City. Nose of the ball just outside the Scott City 49 on this 3rd down and 6. Ball between the hashes. Receiver right, two receivers left, one of them a wing. That's Betts. Voss motions out of the backfield to the left side, takes the jet pitch. Voss following his blocks, tripped up by his ankles before he can scoot behind the pulling tackle, Zach Griffin. Marked down at the 46 after a pickup of 3. 4th and 3 coming up for Colby.
4th down and 2 for the Eagles.
Big decision here for the Eagles as the clock moves towards 2 minutes to play in the first half. Both teams with all of their timeouts, and Scott City, by virtue of deferring the opening coin toss, gets the ball to start the second half. It is 4th and a very short 3 coming up here. Reese Mckinney is going to take his allotted time on the play clock, and once it runs out, he is standing next to the side judge. He wants to take a timeout as soon as he's able. McKinney watching the count of the umpire and now calls the first of his timeouts, stopping the clock with 1:31 to play in the first half. Colby leading 14-7. A big 4th down coming up. You're listening to the Eagles on radio, 100.3 The Ride.
Hello, this is J.L. Evans with Western State Bank in Colby. If you're looking for a commercial or ag loan, stop by and see Matt Smith or myself at our home on the range, 1750 South Range in Colby. If you're too busy to come see us, we'd be glad to come to your place of business or farm. If you're in the market for a home loan or would like to refinance and take advantage of the current low home loan rates, come in and see Janice Cates to learn about all the home loan products at Western State Bank in Colby. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
The Trojan Trading Post has a lot of items to help you show your Colby Community College pride, such as bags and totes, face masks, jewelry, blankets, and license plates. If you need something to wear, the Trojan Trading Post offers shirts, hoodies, and outerwear in men's, women's, toddler, and even newborn sizes. You can check out the selection at colbycc.edu/gear or stop by the Trojan Trading Post in the Robert Burnett Student Union on the campus of Colby Community College.
The Eagles on radio, 100.3 The Ride.
4th and 3 from the Scott City 46. Colby leading Scott City 14-7, keeping the offense on the field with 1:31 to play in the first half. Tyler Voss is in the shotgun. A wing to the right, Zane Betts. He motions to the left side. Scott City packs the box. The snap back to Voss. It's a pop pass, and it's incomplete. Zane Betts didn't get his head around. He was open with room to run, but Betts wasn't looking for the ball. And Colby turns it over on downs to Scott City. That is Tyler Voss's first pass attempt of the year, and it would have hit big if Zane Betts had been looking for it. So now Scott City with 1:28, all three of their timeouts, taking over at their own 46. They could potentially score before the half ends to tie this game, and then have the ball to start the second half. And what a change in fortunes and momentum that would represent. Colby led 14-0. Scott City scored on their most recent drive. They come out in a shotgun here with a wing to the right, receivers to either side. Snap back to Metzger. Pressure in his face, rolling to the left to elude Tyler Raymer. Now cuts inside and is wrapped up and taken down from behind at midfield. Breon Barton, getting his first start of the season at linebacker, was there along with Colin Carroll, and Scott City calls the first of their timeouts. That stops the clock with 1:12 to play in the first half. We'll keep it here during this timeout. The Cornerstone Ag halftime show coming up. We'll have halftime stats, scoring summary, get you some scores from around the GWAC and from Northwest Kansas as we find them. Also get you an update from state tennis, as the Colby Lady Eagles had 3 participants, a singles player and a doubles team, playing in Mays this afternoon. We'll tell you how they fared today as well on the Cornerstone Ag halftime show coming up. Each team now with 2 timeouts to go in this half. Scott City again appears to be once more without the services of Jace Thomas, who was hoping to return from injury tonight, caught a pair of passes on the opening drive, and then we haven't seen him since. They're already without starting wingback Carson Farrow due to injury, and missing 2 other offensive skill position starters, Lawson Bailey and Connor Armendariz, because of injuries earlier this season. It's a bit of a skeleton crew on offense for Jim Turner and his offensive coordinator Brian Gentry. On 2nd and 6 from midfield, the ball is on the far left hash. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. A single setback behind Metzger under center. Short drop for Metzger. Pressure in his face. Hit as he throws down the middle. It's a short throw. It's picked off. Picked off at the 31-yard line by Hunter Vaughn. His 3rd interception of the year, and he returns it to midfield. Hunter Vaughn with the pick. The 11th takeaway this season by the Colby defense, and the team-leading 3rd interception of the year by Hunter Vaughn. It was a seam route down the middle that just hung up, and Vaughn, playing center field, broke hard to make the pick. And now Colby has it right back at midfield with 1:03 left in the half and 2 timeouts. Hunter Vaughn with an empty backfield, trips right, 2 receivers left. Vaughn takes a snap on first down. Bubble screen left side, caught by Bryce Myers. Has a block out ahead. Bryce Myers runs right into the tackler. A flag flying from behind the play, and a late flag after the play as Myers is shoved backwards from the 41. It's a 9-yard catch and run, but there are 2 flags. The official just spotted the ball at the 46. I'm not sure why that is. Maybe that's where they saw the flag. Maybe that was the end of the play. I think the second flag may have been unsportsmanlike conduct or unnecessary roughness on Scott City for piling on Myers at the end of the play. Clock is stopped with 54 seconds to play in the first half. Colby leading Scott City 14-7, and an opportunity to score before the half is out. But we'll see what the story is on these flags. It's an illegal block in the back on Colby. And then a dead ball, personal foul on Scott City. So it's 10 yards from the spot on Colby.
Unnecessary roughness called on the Beavers.
And then the 15 yards are tacked on with the unsportsmanlike conduct at the end of the play. So Myers gets credit there for a 1-yard reception. Then you have minus 10 for the block in the back. Then you have plus 15 for the unsportsmanlike conduct. Add it all up, it's going to be 1st down and 4 for Colby from the Scott City 44-yard line. There will not be a test later, don't worry.
First down and 4.
1st and 4 for Colby from the Scott City 44. Colby does have 2 of their timeouts left. Officials are having a word with Reese Mckinney on the Colby sideline. He wanted an extra point of clarification there. And the official blows for the resumption of play. The clock will start on the snap. Pistol set with receivers 2 by 2. Ball on the left hash on this 1st and short. Low snap to Vaughn. Pressure in his face. He steps up, throws outside of the left, and overthrows his intended receiver on a comeback route. That was Bryce Myers at the 32-yard line, and Vaughn sailed it. 2nd and 4 coming up. Clock stops with 50 seconds left here in the first half. Hunter Vaughn so far, 6 of 8 passing for 132 yards and a 31-yard touchdown to Zane Betts. Betts is a receiver left. 3 receivers go right, including Tyler Voss. A tight end left, ball on the left hash, empty backfield. Vaughn with a man in motion, takes a snap, fakes the handoff, and Vaughn on the keeper right up the middle. He faked to Zane Betts and bursts ahead for a 1st down to about the 37-yard line. Pickup of 7, that stops the clock. With 44 seconds left, and, well, should have stopped the clock. The officials spotted it and got it rolling in a hurry. So rolling now under 36 seconds. Empty backfield, 3 receivers right, 2 left. Snap to Vaughn. 3-step drop. Throwing outside of the left, it's intercepted. Right into the breadbasket of the defensive back, Avery Knoll, at the 19-yard line. He stumbles down at the 22. Vaughn again, too much air underneath that pass intended for Bryce Myers.
Down and 10 from the 23-yard line.
And Colby gives the ball right back to Scott City as the two teams trade interceptions here late in the half for Avery Knoll. His first interception of the season. Scott City takes over with 27 seconds left in the half at their own 23-yard line. 2 of their timeouts remaining, but they may take 1 shot down the field and see what happens. Metzger is under center. 3 receivers to the wide side of the field left. Delayed handoff to Welker. Big hole up the gut for Welker. Welker jumps over a tackler at the 35, to the 40, to the 45. Runs through an ankle tackle. Outside to the left and tripped up finally by Connor Lanning at the Colby 49, and Scott City will call a timeout. 28 yards on the run for Brady Welker. And Scott City, with 18 seconds left, takes their second timeout of the half. Boy, Colby did not see that coming at all. And Welker with the 28-yard run, he has the 2 biggest offensive plays tonight for Scott City. The 31-yard catch and run that set up Scott City's first touchdown, and that 28-yard burst right up the middle, running through some ankle tackles. If you heard Reese Mckinney on the pregame show tonight, he mentioned that as the weeks have gone on, Colby has missed fewer and fewer tackles. That was a big problem for them, especially in non-district play in those games that were losses at Cimarron and here against Ulysses. It's a department where they've gotten steadily better as the season has gone on. Reese McKinney will be the first to say so, but on that play you wouldn't be able to see it because There were 2 tackles in the open field that were missed. Hard running by the sophomore Brady Welker, who came in averaging just over 4 yards a carry. 64 totes, 281 yards, and 2 touchdowns on the year coming in on the ground for Welker. Scott City empties out the backfield. They've got a big tight end, 6'6" Gus Hawkins. He split out to the right. 2 receivers right, 3 left. Short drop, bubble screen, left side. It's through the hands of the intended receiver outside to the left. That was Tracer Chapman, who's only 5'9". If he'd been 6'9", he might have caught that with ease. But instead, it sails out of bounds to the left and incomplete. That stops the clock with 15 seconds left in the first half. Colby leading 14-7. Scott City with 1 timeout left, and they get the ball to start the second half. If you're wondering about the kicking game, Freddie Sines, their kicker, is warming up. He is 0 for 1 on field goal attempts this year. Welker, the single setback. Tight end and 2 receivers to the wide side right. 1 receiver to the short side left. Metzger, 5-step drop, pressure in his face. Heaves it as far as he can down the left sideline, and it's 5 yards beyond the intended receiver. That was intended for Matteo Bianco, the Italian foreign exchange student. Carson Van Eaton stuck to him like glue, and the pass was overthrown. 3rd and 10 for Scott City with 9 seconds left in the first half. Ball is favoring the left hash. Scott City at the Colby 49-yard line. Shotgun empty backfield. 3 receivers right, 2 left. Snap to Metzger, chest high. Pressure, ducks underneath Rosales, and Metzger keeps it running to the right. He's to the 40, runs through 1 tackle, banged down from the blind side by Nick Raymer at the 34-yard line. That stops the clock with 1.4 seconds left in the half, and that allows Scott City to call their final timeout of the half after that 15-yard run by Metzger.
Scott City calls timeout.
Longest rushing play of the night for the Scott City quarterback. And that will give them a bit more of a realistic look at a Hail Mary here to end the half. Colby leading Scott City 14-7. The Eagles scoring in the first quarter tonight for the first time since week 1. And they bolted out to a 14-0 lead. Rushing touchdown by Tyler Voss and a passing touchdown from Hunter Vaughn to Zane Betts. Scott City responded after that second Colby score. Got a 16-yard touchdown run from Colin McDaniel to have the Colby advantage. And now one more snap, or time for one more snap anyway, here at the end of the first half. I pointed him out a couple of times. Gus Hawkins at 6'6" has legitimate size for a target, and if they were going to throw a jump ball to somebody, it'd likely be him. Hawkins is split out to the right, all by his lonesome. And that's the short side of the field for this 1st and 10 from the Colby 34. 3 receivers to the left side, a shotgun. Metzger oversees the defense, takes the snap. Pressure from the backside, hit as he throws by Rosales. Deep ball down the middle of the field is dropped by Breon Barton, the Colby defender, at the 5-yard line, but pay that no mind. The ball hitting the turf means the first half is over, and an unfamiliar position for the Colby Eagles. Not since week 1 have they gone into the locker room with an advantage. They do so here tonight on senior night at Denon Field. Your halftime score, Colby 14 and Scott City 7. You're listening to the Eagles on radio, 100.3 The Ride, KRDQ Colby. The Cornerstone Ag halftime show's next.
Cornerstone for your farming operation. Cornerstone will be your foundation.
One definition of Cornerstone is something that is essential or indispensable. That's why Cornerstone Ag has it in their name. They know it's essential to have the best facilities to make it quick and easy for you to get in and out of the elevator. Eric and his staff has indispensable knowledge and experience to help you market your grain so you get the most for all your hard work.
You're never alone with Cornerstone.
Don't just insure your stuff, strut your stuff with Strut Insurance Services. Darvin and his professional agents in Colby and Brewster represent a wide variety of insurance companies. They can personally shop for a specific company and policy that offer you the absolute best coverage for the best price on most anything you own. Auto, motorcycle, home, crop, farm. If it has a value to you, they can cover it. Strut Insurance Services is locally owned and operated with hometown agents that are experienced and offer fast claims. Located at 1675 West 4th Street in Colby and Brewster. Just look for the big yellow sign of Strut Insurance Services.
Delicious food, friendly service, and a fun, relaxed atmosphere. You find it all at El Dos de Oros in Colby. Mexican favorites that your entire family can enjoy. Delicious, sizzling hot fajitas, scrumptious enchiladas, tasty tacos, burritos stuffed to the brim, and of course, the best margaritas around. That's all at El Dos de Oros. Go find them at 1921 South Range Avenue in Colby and enjoy delicious Mexican food.
Together, making a difference. Farmers and Merchants Bank supports locally owned businesses, farmers, and families. Community makes us what we are. Buying locally or volunteering. We are proud to promote the Colby area. Stop by either Farmers and Merchants Bank location, downtown or inside Dillon's, and see how we can help you with your banking needs. We have our roots where other banks have their branches. Farmers and Merchants Bank, member FDIC.
This is the Cornerstone Ag Halftime Show on coverage of the Colby Eagles on radio. 100.3 The Ride.
Welcome back to Denon Field in Colby. Dan Lucero with you on the Cornerstone Ag Halftime Show. It is senior night, the final regular season home game for the Colby Eagles, and they lead the Scott City Beavers by a touchdown, 14-7 after 24 minutes of football. Dan Lucero back with you with the halftime summary, and the Colby Eagles on the opening drive of this game did something that they had not managed to do since week 1 against Hugoton. They found the end zone on the first drive of the game. In fact, it was the first quarter points at all for Colby since that opener, and fitting enough, since it was Tyler Voss who scored the touchdown on that opening drive against Hugoton in week 1, it was Voss who found the end zone on the opening drive tonight. A 1-yard touchdown plunge for Voss, giving Colby a 6-0 lead. The 2-point conversion run was no good. With 8:40 to play in the first quarter, Colby led 6-0 after an 8-play, 71-yard touchdown drive that took 3 minutes and 13 seconds. Scott City moved the ball into Colby territory, but an Ian Rosales sack on third down forced Scott City to punt, and the Eagles took over at their own 17-yard line. In just 2 plays, they were in Scott City territory, but a promising drive was put on hold, literally. A holding call on a 3rd down and 5, back Colby up. And on a 4th and 19, Colby had a play designed that could have been a touchdown. Hunter Vaughn maybe overthrew Tyler Voss by a skosh. Voss got a hand to it. I'm sure he thinks he should have hauled it in, but either way, it fell to the turf incomplete. Colby turned the ball over on downs. Scott City took over with 53 seconds in the first quarter at their own 34-yard line and went 3 and out. Second snap of the second quarter was a punt back to Colby. They took over at their own 33, and they doubled their lead, moving the ball down the field and scoring on a 31-yard touchdown pass from Vaughn to Zane Betts. Betts would add the 2-point conversion run himself. That made it 14-0 Eagles with 7:17 to play in the first half. It was a 7-play, 67-yard scoring drive that took 3 minutes and 55 seconds. Scott City, though, would have an answer. They would move the ball into Colby territory after a short kickoff and after a 31-yard run by Brady Welker, actually a 31-yard catch and run by Welker from Dylan Metzger. Scott City was in the red zone for the first time, and 1 play later they were in the end zone for the first time. Colin McDaniel slithering in for a 16-yard touchdown run. Freddie Sines added the extra point. That made it 14-7 Colby with 4:33 to play in the first half. A 6-play, 62-yard drive that took 2 minutes and 43 seconds. Colby moved into Scott City territory on their next drive. On a 4th and short, had a really good play design, a pop pass with Tyler Voss kind of in the wildcat, lined up as the lone man in the backfield, but Zane Betts never got his head around looking for the ball. The ball fell incomplete. That gave Scott City the ball back at their own 46 with 1:28 left in the half, but 2 plays later, Hunter Vaughn intercepted a Dylan Metzger pass and returned it to midfield. But 4 plays after that, Vaughn returned the favor, not in the way he wanted to. He threw an interception. He was picked off by Avery Knoll, who returned the ball to the Scott City 23-yard line. Scott City made it into Colby territory, got as far as the Eagles' 34-yard line, but a last-ditch pass fell incomplete at the end of the first half. Scott City won the toss and deferred, so they will get the ball to start the third quarter, but Colby with a halftime lead, 14-7. Halftime stats coming your way next on the Cornerstone Ag Halftime Show. You're listening to the Eagles on Radio on 100.3 The Ride.
So what do you see in your future? Buying the perfect home with a big oak tree? Watching your child graduate from college? Or finding more time for hobbies during retirement? Whatever your future holds, make sure you talk with a Farm Bureau Financial Services agent. Together, we'll create a plan that's right for you. It's your future. Let's protect it. Call Farm Bureau agent David Brown or Andrew Flanagan in Colby or Atwood today.
Imagine the perfect flow of grain from the field to the bin. Imagine a single rotor that ensures both quality and productivity. An advanced system that optimizes harvest settings on the go. You don't have to imagine. With features like AFS Harvest Command, an axial flow combine from Case IH always delivers the perfect flow for your operation. Find out how. Talk to your Case IH dealer today.
Dying is one of the few events in life that is certain to occur, yet one we are not likely to plan for. Hi, I'm Jason with Ballman Mortuary in Colby, Atwood, and Oakley. Pre-arranging your funeral service is a great way to make sure your family is taken care of, even after you're gone. At Ballman Mortuary, we'll help you plan ahead and make sure that your wishes are taken care of from the type of service, monument, and casket you would like. We can set up pre-funding arrangements designed specifically for end-of-life needs. At Ballman Mortuary, we are dedicated to ensuring that your loved one's memories are cherished. See our website at ballmanmortuary.com today for more information.
One of the largest selection of combines in the entire Midwest is right now at your local John Deere American Implement dealer. Now, with the big selection of used machines, they're all clean, they're ready to roll, they have the service and parts team behind them. They're priced to sell with incentives like low financing, plus amazing lease deals. Yes, combines, plus tractors, sprayers, grain carts, and more at 16 different locations. Contact your local favorite salesman at your local American John Deere dealer. American Implement.
The Eagles on Radio, 100.3 The Ride.
Halftime continues at Denon Field in Colby. The Colby Eagles leading the Scott City Beavers 14-7. As you're tuned in here on the Cornerstone Ag Halftime Show, 100.3 The Ride. Goodness, apologize for that. Trying to turn the crowd mic down because the dance team is going to perform and their music is going to be a little loud. So turning down the crowd mic so that you've got a better chance of hearing me as I go through the halftime numbers here. Colby almost doubling Scott City's total yardage in the first half, 240 to 127. 24 snaps for Scott City for 127 yards, 15 rushes, 69 yards, 9 pass attempts, 58 yards. Dylan Metzger threw all 9 of those passes. He's 4 for 9 for 58 yards, no touchdowns, and 1 interception. Jace Thomas caught 2 passes for 10 yards on the opening drive, but then the best skill player for the Scott City Beavers appeared to leave the game with a recurrence of the leg injury that has cost him playing time throughout this season, and we have not seen him on the field since that opening drive. Brady Welker has 1 catch for 31 yards. Camden Volgamore has 1 catch for 7 yards. On the ground, Brady Welker, the leading rusher for Scott City, 5 carries, 42 yards. Colin McDaniel with 3 carries for 18 yards and Scott City's lone touchdown. Dylan Metzger has 5 rush attempts for 15 yards. He's been sacked twice for a loss of 9. Camden Volgamore has 1 carry for no gain. Cesar Peregrino with 1 carry for a loss of a yard. The Colby Eagles, 32 snaps, 240 yards, 22 carries for 108 yards, 10 pass attempts for 132 yards. Hunter Vaughn, 6 of 9 for 132, a touchdown and an interception. Tyler Voss threw a pass. It was that pop pass on the 4th down late in the first half. It fell incomplete. He is 0 for 1. Bryce Myers and Zane Betts have split the receptions evenly. Betts, 3 catches, 65 yards, and a touchdown. Myers, 3 catches for 57 yards. On the ground, Tyler Voss, 16 first-half carries for 88 yards. Zane Betts with 4 carries for 14 yards. Voss has a touchdown, by the way, among those 16 carries. And Hunter Vaughn with 2 rushes for 6 yards. He was sacked once for a loss of 1. Each team turned the ball over once in the first half. Colby came in on the year +2 in turnovers. Scott City +7. So they are going to be hoping that their defense can make another big play or 2 to flip the field and flip momentum in this second half. Colby whistled for 4 penalties for 38 yards, and Scott City with 2 penalties for 28 yards. Add it all up, it's a 14-7 Colby lead at the intermission. We will have some scores from around the GWAC and elsewhere in Northwest Kansas. When we return, you're listening to the Eagles on Radio, 100.3 The Ride.
Today on Hey Culligan, better water that cares. Jane's on the line.
Hey Culligan, how can I avoid using all those plastic water bottles that harm the sea turtles?
Jane, our always-on drinking water system helps eliminate the equivalent of 15 billion single-use plastic bottles a year. So, you see, Culligan cares about sea turtles, too.
Aw, plastic pollutes and Culligan cures.
That's catchy, Jane, and totally true.
I'll take it, like now.
Jane, we're already on the way. Let us help you out with a free in-home water test with a local Culligan water expert at Culligan.com.
See your local Culligan dealer, Shepner's Water Conditioning in Goodland and Colby.
When it comes to agriculture, Farm Credit of Western Kansas and Colby is your one-stop shop for all your credit needs. We offer a variety of loan products, including operating lines of credit, equipment and cattle loans, and real estate loans with long-term fixed rates up to 30 years. Farm Credit of Western Kansas is member-owned and pays an annual cash patronage, with this year's patronage totaling $3.5 million. Come see us at 1190 South Range in Colby, or call us toll-free at 1-800-657-6048.
Hi, this is Dr. Sam Funk with Funk Optometry. As the year comes to an end, so do many of your healthcare savings, cafeteria, and flex spending accounts. At Funk Optometry, we want to take a look at your visual and your eye health with our brand new retinal camera that is able to document up to 270 degrees of your retina. This helps us to watch for vision-threatening issues like macular degeneration and glaucoma, as well as health-threatening issues like hypertension and diabetes. Another way to use your flex spending account is in our optical shop. Check out our large selection of glasses, contact lenses, and sunglasses. Call for an appointment or drop by and see us today at Funk Optometry in downtown Colby, Atwood, and Hoxton.
Roof's worn out and it needs replaced. Who you gonna call?
Roof Masters!
Roof Masters Roofing at Colby has been your premier roofing contractor for over 40 years, offering free estimates on all types of roofs, as well as seamless rain gutters and vinyl siding. So give us a call today. What's that number, Jake?
462-6642. I think you better call
Roof Masters!
The Eagles on Radio, 100.3 The Ride.
Cornerstone Ag halftime show continues. Dan Lucero with you from Denon Field on a chilly senior night. Current temperature here in Colby is 46 degrees. People are bundled up for a fall night of football. And the home crowd has enjoyed what they've seen in the final home game of the regular season as Colby leads Scott City 14-7. Let's get you caught up on other scores from the GWAC. Goodland giving the Russell Broncos everything they can handle tonight in a 3A District 6 game. That game at the half, Russell leading 6-0. It's the winless Cowboys trying to avoid an 0-7 start. They're hanging tough with the Broncos, who are trying to go to 5-2 and clinch their first berth in the playoffs in 15 years, which they would do with a win tonight. Holcomb leads Pratt 28-8. That's a halftime score. Hugoton trailing Larned at the intermission. That score 14-0 in favor of Larned. Cimarron playing Hayes TMP tonight, and they lead the Monarchs 8-0. That is a halftime score as well. The other 3A District 6 game, Smoky Valley hanging with Southeast of Saline better than most teams have managed to do so far in this 2021 season. It's a 16-0 Southeast of Saline halftime lead over Smoky Valley. Some scores from Thursday night in the area. The six-man season wrapped up, and three area six-man teams played their final regular season games. Weskin hammered Deerfield 61-13. Golden Plains fell to Moscow 26-13. Cheylin was beaten by Northern Valley 56-6. From state tennis in Mays, Hayden Bellamy is going to stand on the podium at the end of her sophomore season state tournament. The Colby sophomore came into state 29-0, make it 31-0. She won both of her matches today. She will face the top overall seed from Wichita Collegiate tomorrow in the semifinals, and then will either play for the championship or play for third place. So congratulations, Hayden Bellamy, going to bring home a state medal for Colby Lady Eagle tennis. The doubles team of Samantha Diedrich and Jenna Unruh also there for Colby. They went 0-2 today, losing both of their matches, so they are done. They will not play tomorrow. Again, your halftime score in this one, Colby 14, Scott City 7. Colby looking to beat Scott City in Colby for the second time in as many tries and get back on track after a stretch that has seen them lose 4 of their last 5. They've got 24 minutes of football left, and we'll bring it to you after this break. You've been listening to the Cornerstone Ag Halftime Show. It's the Eagles on radio on 100.3 The Ride.
Hey friends and neighbors, Nextech Wireless here with a super exciting deal. Right now is the time to get the newest iPhone or Android on us. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff is ready to get your new device set up and running right. By the way, we know that it's you who makes our business great and our neighborhoods home. Thank you, Nextech Wireless customers. Visit, call, or text 877-621-2600. We are Kansas.
Technology sure has changed since the mid-90s. Even though times have changed and technology has vastly improved,
thank God,
the quality sales and service team at Office Works and Home Furnishings continues to be the best in the Northwest at making your office work. They provide the prompt professional service on site and in their shop. Plus, they got anything your office may need, from desks and printers all the way down to that pen with a chain on it. Call for sales or service at 462-2222 or come see their showroom on South Range in Colby.
The Eagles on radio, 100.3 The Ride.
Welcome back to Denon Field in Colby. Dan Lucero back with you as we await the start of the second half of this Week 7 contest between the 2-4 Colby Eagles and the 4-2 Scott City Beavers. Colby 1-2 in 3A District 6. Scott City 2-1 in 3A District 6. Colby with a 14-7 halftime lead. They finally started fast. It was something that Reese Mckinney has been harping on and hoping for over the last handful of weeks. And tonight, Colby came out and scored on their opening drive. Their first quarter points since Week 1 jumped out to a 14-0 lead before Scott City responded and got on the board late in the first quarter to make it 14-7. The Beavers will start with the football in quarter number 3. So the Colby defense, which has forced a pair of punts and also turned Scott City over once, will be tasked with trying to maintain the momentum in orange and black as this second half gets underway. While we wait for the kickoff teams to take the field, one other GWAC score to tell you about. Ulysses is playing at home tonight against Dumas, Texas, and the Tigers trail the Dumas Demons 14-0 at the half. Unless Ulysses has scheduled a Week 8 game, and I haven't heard about it, this would be the final regular season game tonight for Ulysses, the only Class 4A team in the Great West Activities Conference. Out comes the Colby kickoff team, and Ian Rosales is going to handle the kickoff duties, it appears. He's got the tee in his hands as he heads out towards the Big X on the 40-yard line on the west end. He'll be kicking west to east, which means that Scott City will be moving left to right in this third quarter. Deep to return for Scott City, Colin McDaniel and Camden Volgamore. But neither of Colby's first 2 kickoffs tonight have gone deep. The whistle blows. The Colby kickoff team breaks up and spreads out around the big senior Ian Rosales. And the third quarter is underway with a line drive deep kick taken by Volgamore at the 10 on the left side. Volgamore to the 20, the 25, wrapped up there and thrown down. Cyrus Johnson helping finish that play. Isaiah Rosales was there. So was Shane Puckett. And Scott City starts with 11:54 showing on the Denon Field scoreboard clock at their own 29-yard line.
For the Beavers from their own 28.
Now comes this Scott City offense. Dylan Metzger, 4 of 9 passing in the first half for 58 yards and an interception. Once again, no Jace Thomas in that Beaver backfield. Double wing with the receiver left. and a deep back Welker on first down. Metzger gives to Welker, sweeping left, hit at the line, struggles forward for a yard to the 30, but not much more than that.
By Brady Welker, multiple Eagles on
Tyler Raymer in on that tackle for Colby,
for the Beavers.
along with, I believe that was once again Breon Barton, making a start tonight for the first time in his Colby career. And boy, he's been terrific. He's been all over the ball. He has a sack tonight. Getting the nod at what looks like an outside linebacker spot and performing admirably. 2nd and 9 for Scott City. Ball in the far left hash. Split back, swing right. Metzger under center with the receiver to his left. Metzger takes a snap, play action. Throws outside of the flat right, has a catch. It's Gus Hawkins. Hawkins is ankle tackled on the right side by Tyler Voss, but it is first down yardage for the big tight end. The 6'6 sophomore makes the reception and moves the ball to the 39-yard line, and the officials want to measure this. So a timeout is called, stopping the clock with 10:58 to play in the third quarter as the chain gang makes the long trek all the way across the field from the Scott City sideline to just in front of the Colby sideline. Just eyeballing it, it looks like he has it, but again, if it was too close for the officials to call, it's probably too close for me to call all the way up here in the broadcast booth. The chains stretch out, and Hawkins has it by a full yard.
First down for the Beavers.
A first down as Gus Hawkins hauls in his first pass of the night, his third of the season. Fresh set of downs for Scott City at the Beaver 39-yard line. Colby leading 14-7. A Tyler Voss rushing touchdown and a Hunter Vaughn to Zane Betts passing connection, accounting for Colby's points. Receivers to either side, wings to either side. Ball on the right hash. Welker the single setback on first down. Motion from the wing right. The pitch goes that direction to Welker, and Welker is hitting the backfield as the flag comes down. The man in motion, Colin McDaniel, may have thrown a low block. It did not faze Big Ian Rosales as he closed that play off along with Colin Carroll, and now the officials are discussing the flag. No gain on the play. The official signals chop block on Scott City, and Colby accepts that penalty and sends the Scott City offense back 10 yards. Now, I'll call it 9 yards. It's a 10-yard foul from the spot, so it's 1st and 19 for Scott City from their own 30. Two receivers to the left, a wing to the right, and now McDaniel flexes out as a receiver in the slot right. Welker the lone setback, Metzger under center on first down. Short drop for Metzger, pump fake, rolling right, zips it over the middle, it bounces around, it's intercepted! Tyler Voss picked it off the back of the receiver McDaniel, and Voss returns it down the left sideline to the Scott City 32-yard line! Metzger threw it back over the middle across his body. It was deflected, and Tyler Voss in the vicinity saw the ball sitting on the back of Colin McDaniel as he was on the ground and just picked it clean. The first interception of the year for Tyler Voss, and for Colby, their second turnover forced tonight. The Eagles take over with a 14-7 lead. With 10:08 to play here in the third quarter, with a 1st and 10 from the Scott City 34-yard line. Out of the pistol, it's Tyler Voss up the gut on first down. Voss banging off of white jerseys, being shoved forward by a lineman across the 30. Zach Castigliano helping his fellow senior out, and forward progress is blown dead at the 29-yard line. Pickup of about 5 on that first down. As Tyler Voss nears the century mark in rushing. He's at 93 yards on 17 carries. 2nd and 5 for Colby from the Scott City 29. Pistol set, two receivers right. Ball in the near left hash as the Eagles go right to left. Snap to Vaughn, turns and hands to Voss. Guard jumps through the tacklers to split them, dragging an ankle tackle down the middle of the field across the 20, down to the 19-yard. Pickup of 10 and a first down for Colby in 2 plays after the Voss interception. The Eagles are in the red zone. Crowd starting to buzz as Colby with a set 14-7 lead, trying to add to it. Ball on the left hash on 1st and 10 from the 19-yard line of Scott City. Same formation, same play. Hand off to Voss. Voss tried to bounce it right to left, but is upended before he can get to the 15-yard line between the hashes. Call it about a 3-yard gain,
on the carry.
maybe 4 on that first down. Nose of the ball is just outside the 15-yard line. Call that a 4-yard rush for Voss. 3 straight Tyler Voss carries to open this drive as he is into triple figures rushing tonight for the 5th time in 7 games this season. Excuse me, for the 4th time in 7 games. Pistol set wing right on 2nd down. Scott City packs the box, play action. Vaughn rolls left, sets his feet, throwing outside to the left, and it's knocked away, incomplete. Dylan Metzger diving in front of Colin Carroll along the left sideline at about the 3-yard line to get a hand on it and bat it away. Excellent play by Metzger, brings up a 3rd and 6. 8:27 to play in the 3rd quarter. Colby with a touchdown advantage, 14-7. 2 receivers, Bryce Myers, Carson Van Eaton to the right. 1 receiver, Zane Betts to the left. Tight end to the right. Pistol set, Tyler Voss the deep back. Now Betts motions left to right in front of the quarterback. Into the near slot. Hand off Voss. Voss bounces off his own man. Cuts inside. Struggling against contact down to the 10. Looks like he's a yard short of the first down. 5-yard pickup, but Voss needed 6. 4th down and 1 coming up from the 10-yard line of Scott City. And not even a second thought being given to this decision by Reese Mckinney. They haven't kicked the ball since week 4. The offense is staying on the field for 4th and a long 1. Receiver right, 2 left with Betts in the slot. Tight end Carroll left. Scott City with 7 in the box. And before the snap, a flag flies. Colby moved early.
Illegal procedure called.
It was a quick snap, and somebody was too quick.
And 4th down.
And 4th and 1 becomes 4th and 6. Colby keeps the offense on the field, but you need something different for 4th and 6 than you do for 4th and 1. The Eagles looking towards the sideline for the play. Tight end right, receiver right, 2 receivers left. Hunter Vaughn to the shotgun with Tyler Voss to his left. Myers spread way out to the right as a receiver to that side. And some miscommunication, and Reese McKinney calls a timeout to make sure his team has the play straight. This is a big play. 4th and 6 for Colby from the Scott City 15. 7:19 to play in the 3rd. Colby leading 14-7. You're listening to the Eagles on radio, 100.3 The Ride.
Taco John's fans can't get enough of the new double cheese chicken boss burrito. One person said, which means this new and improved 3-cheese red pepper and smoky hatch chili queso makes Taco John's best burrito even better. Then someone else was like, which roughly translates to, this queso blanco and nacho cheese combo is unbelievable. Well said. The new double cheese chicken boss burrito, part of our queso blanco creations, only at Taco John's. Download our app for exclusive deals.
Just because everyone is getting back into the swing of school does not mean you let everything go at home. That's where Hoover Lumber of Goodland and Colby comes in. Keep your lawn looking its best with the help of Stage 3 fertilizer from Ultimate. Leaves will soon be covering the ground. Be prepared with either a new Craftsman or the all-popular...
The Eagles on radio, 100.3 The Ride.
Offense on the field for the Colby Eagles as they lead 14-7 with 7:19 to play in the 3rd. Eagles have a 4th and 6 from the Scott City 15-yard line. Ball between the hashes. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Shotgun set. Hunter Vaughn takes a low snap. Pressure in his face. Pass over the middle. Caught by Voss at the 5. Voss runs through a tackle and into the end zone. Touchdown, Colby!
15-yard touchdown pass.
A simple seam route for Tyler Voss out of the backfield. And Hunter Vaughn put it on him for his 2nd passing touchdown of the night. Colby's 4th down. Campbell pays off, and they score a 2-score lead. For Tyler Voss, his 3rd receiving touchdown of the year, 2nd total touchdown tonight, and Hunter Vaughn's 8th passing touchdown. Eagles to go for 2. Shotgun with a running back to the right, 2 receivers to the right. Motion from Zane Betts from left to right. Sweeping right is Vaughn, and he throws it back over the middle, but it's deflected away from Tyler Voss in the end zone. And the two-pointer is no good. With 7:14 to play in the third quarter, Colby's lead is 20-7 over Scott City. You're listening to the Eagles on radio on 100.3 The Ride.
With High Plains Co-op, it's great to know that the more things change, the more things stay the same. High Plains Co-op and their 8 locations in Colby, Dresden, Gem, Grainfield, Hoxie, Levant, Park, and Selden are here to give you the service you need and deserve. High Plains Co-op is there for all of your grain, feed, and fuel needs. Get the latest in markets, ag news, and information by visiting their website, highplainscoop.com. That's hi-plainscoop.com. Continuing to stand with you is High Plains Co-op.
Take advantage of Ram Power Days this month at Colby Dodge. Take advantage of discounts up to $5,000 off MSRP on new 2021 Ram 1500s. Our new inventory is building up, so if you don't see exactly what you're looking for, stop by and learn how easy it is to order a new vehicle built just for you and your needs. There's no additional cost and the process is quick and fun. Visit us in person at exit 53 I-70, Colby, Kansas, or browse online 24/7 at colbydodge.com.
The Eagles on radio, 100.3 The Ride.
Colby takes advantage of the interception. Tyler Voss with the pick, and then 6 plays and 34 yards later, Tyler Voss in the end zone on a 15-yard touchdown reception. Colby 20, Scott City 7. As Camden Volgamore fumbles the kick, he picks it up at the 10. The Colby defense converging, and they bang Volgamore to the turf outside the left hash at the 20-yard line.
The Beavers by Camden.
The freshman Volgamore took his eye off the ball, and Colby pins Scott City back. The Beaver drive will start at their own 20 with 7:08 to play in the third quarter. Colby has led since an opening drive touchdown, their first quarter points of the season, and they enjoy a 13-point lead over Scott City. Beavers come out in a shotgun with a deep back and a fullback riding sidecar left to the quarterback, Dylan Metzger. 2 receivers to the short side left as well. The deep back is Colin McDaniel. High snap to Metzger, gives to the fullback, Welker. Welker grabbed around the waist in the backfield, being shoved backwards by Colin Carroll. Forward progress blows the play dead. Colin Carroll with the tackle for a loss back at the 18-yard line. Nowhere to go for Brady Welker on the fullback trap on first down.
Short loss on the play brings up 2nd down 12 for the Beavers.
2nd and 12 coming up for Scott City. This Colby team, having come in, lost 4 out of 5 after a season opening win, but on this senior night, their seniors in particular have really come to play. Split backs, wing left, receiver right on 2nd and 12. Metzger, play action, 7-step drop. Looking left, pressured, pocket collapses. Metzger tucks and runs up the middle of the field. Now breaks it outside to the left. Spins off a tackle. Flag flies from the umpire way back away from the play. Metzger has first down yardage up to the 35-yard line. It's a 17-yard run, but we'll see about the flag. The umpire threw it, and an impressive arm. That flag traveled probably 20 yards in the air. That's one of the best throws we've seen tonight. Holding on Scott City, or a block in the back, couldn't tell which, but it is marched off from the spot, which is the 32. So it goes in the books as a 14-yard run for Metzger, and that would have been enough for the first down. But minus 10 for the penalty, and the ball moves back to the 23.
2nd down, 8 for the Beavers.
Or the 22, rather. So 2nd down and a short 8, let's call it. Halfway through quarter number 3, Colby leading 20-7. 2nd and 8 for the Beavers. Metzger under center with trips right, 1 receiver left. 5-step drop. Metzger pumps, throws outside to the right, and it is incomplete. Connor Lanning in coverage, intended for Camden Volgamore outside the right hash at the 35-yard line. Lanning never got his head around, but threw his hands up, and Volgamore couldn't come back to the ball anyway. The ball was underthrown. 3rd down and 8 coming up for Scott City. Stop for Colby here after they just pushed their lead to 20-7 on their previous drive would be significant. As this Scott City offense struggling without 4 starters, including their brightest star, Jace Thomas, who left the game during the opening drive and hasn't yet returned. Three receivers to the right, shotgun. Snap to Metzger. Pressure in his face, rolls to his left. Pocket breaks down the sack! Back at the 15-yard line! Tyler Raymer was there. Ian Rosales was there. Colin Carroll was there. It was a team photo of the Colby defense meeting at the quarterback for a third down sack back at the 15-yard line. Loss of 7 officially.
For Scott City.
And on 4th and 15 from the 15, Brady Welker is on to punt for the third time tonight. Isaiah Rosales stands back at his own 45 to return. High snap from Jaden Lewis comes down, and the punt just does get away from Welker. And Voss caught it at the 25. Voss down the right sideline. He's going to take it all the way. There's a flag down, but it is a touchdown for now. What an alert play by Tyler Voss to take the punt on the fly at the middle of the field at the 25 and fire down the right sideline. But the flags are in the area of a block in the back as there was a Beaver player who went down hard on the play, and that's exactly what it is. So forget the touchdown, but Colby is still going to have outstanding field position.
Called on the Eagles. Eagles will have the ball first down.
Colby, with 4:58 to play in the third quarter and a 20-7 lead, will take over at their own, or excuse me, at the Scott City 25-yard line. There was a lot going on there. I'm so flustered I forgot what side of the field Colby was on there for a second. 25 yards from taking a 3-score lead here. Ball is on the far right hash as Colby goes right to left, west to east here in this third quarter. Two receivers left, tight end and a receiver to the short side right. The receiver right is Betts. He comes in motion across the face of the quarterback. Fake on the jet sweep. Vaughn keeps up the middle, not much there. Was hit in the backfield, stumbled through the tackle of Carter Gooden, but that held Vaughn up for the rest of the Scott City defense to converge. And a pickup of nothing on that run for Vaughn on first down.
Second down 10 for the Eagles.
Second and 10 for Colby coming up. Same formation. The pistol set, two receivers in the tight end left, one receiver right. Again, Betts motions across the face of the quarterback all the way to the left side of the formation. Snap to Vaughn, hand off Tyler Voss. Sweeping outside to the left, runs through one tackle, lowers the shoulder, plows over J.P. Harris across the 20, down to the 19-yard line, pickup of 6. 3rd and 4 coming up for the Eagles. Colby 20, Scott City 7, approaching 4 minutes to play in the third quarter. A series that has been one-sided over the last 2 decades. Scott City winning 16 of the last 17 meetings between these two schools. Split backs around Vaughn in the gun on 3rd and a long 4. Two receivers to the left side. Snap to Vaughn. Hand off Voss, off right tackle, and Voss is short of the yardage necessary, but only by about 1.5 yards. Colby knows they're in 4-down territory, so they ran a conservative 3rd down play. Josh Jacobson leading the pile to stop Voss at the 16. A 3-yard run for Voss, bringing up a 4th down and 1. Colby keeps the offense on the field. They converted a 4th down from the 15 and scored a touchdown on their last drive on that play. Tight end and two receivers right. Pistol set. 8 in the box for Scott City. Motion from the slot right, Betts as a wing to the left. Hand off Voss, shakes off a tackle in the backfield. He's got the first down, leaning across the 15 to the 14-yard line.
Tyler Voss on the carry, tackle made by Dylan Metzger.
First down signaled by the white hat. A 2-yard pickup for Tyler Voss, and it was a jailbreak run blitz by Scott City. Voss had to do a lot of that hard work himself. Shrugged off contact in the backfield and surged forward off of left guard all the way to the Scott City 14. 2:40 and counting to play in the third. Fresh set of downs for Colby after the short punt deep in the Scott City territory. Receivers to either side. Wing left is Betts. Running back to the left of Vaughn. Motion from the receiver right, Myers. Fake to him, and Vaughn keeps up the middle. Vaughn spins off a one tackle across the 10, diving down close to the 5-yard line. Tripped up by the outside linebacker, Tracer Chapman. Ball is spotted at, let's call it the 6 or the 7. Spotted at the 7. It's going to be a 2nd down and 3 after the 7-yard run by Vaughn. Vaughn in the pistol. Wing right. Receivers either side. Colby trying to add to a 20-7 lead late third quarter. Play action. Outside pass to the left, caught by Colin Carroll inside the 5. Shakes off a tackle. Dives across the goal line. Touchdown, Colby! Colin Carroll, big boy to Scott City tackler at the 3-yard line and dove inside the pylon on the left side for Hunter Vaughn's 3rd passing touchdown of the night. And with 1:39 to play in the third quarter, Colby can stretch their legs a little. They lead Scott City 26-7. A 7-yard touchdown pass to Colin Carroll, his 2nd receiving touchdown of the season. Colby's offense on the field. The Eagles will go for 2. They're 1 for 3 on 2-point plays tonight. 8 of 11 on the year now. Running back to the left, receiver right, Betts in motion. He takes the jet pitch. Betts cuts inside the traffic and scoots his way into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. Colby with a 3-touchdown lead over Scott City, 28-7 with 1:39 to play in the third. You're listening to the Eagles on radio on 100.3 The Ride.
People's State Bank offers 10 convenient locations statewide. Whether you're looking for a loan, personal or business accounts, ATMs, mobile banking, or bill pay, PSB wants to help you. At People's State Bank, we take pride in our communities. Check us out at psbbanks.com. People's State Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
The McDonald's is food you buckle in with your seatbelt deal. And there's no reason not to take that extra precaution, because a meal from McDonald's is not just a meal. It's often your most precious cargo.
Enjoy one of our $3 bundles, like a hot and spicy McChicken or 6-piece Chicken McNuggets, each paired with small fries. Add any size soft drink for just $1. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. McDonald's. I'm loving it.
The Eagles on radio, 100.3 The Ride.
It's shaping up as a senior night to remember at Denon Field. Colby 28, Scott City 7, with 1:39 to play in the third quarter. Hunter Vaughn to Colin Carroll for a 7-yard touchdown pass. Vaughn's 3rd passing touchdown tonight. And the Eagles have a 3-score lead over the Beavers, who came in 4-2 and 2-1 in the district. Colby 2-4, 1-2 in the district. But you wouldn't know it watching these Colby Eagles play tonight. Volgamore takes the low squib kick. Actually, that's Colin McDaniel returning for Scott City. The low squib kick from Rosales. And McDaniel spins and scoots his way along the left hash up to about the 30-yard line, maybe a couple of yards shy of that. And Scott City now in a little bit of desperation mode with 1:33 left in the third, down by 3 scores. They take over at their own 29-yard line. Colby has taken advantage of short fields twice this half, once off of an interception by Tyler Voss, and the other after Tyler Voss fielded a short punt at the Scott City 25-yard line. On first down, it's a sweep right to Volgamore, and not much there as Colin Carroll traces him down from behind.
Camden Volgamore on the carry.
Also helping out on the stop was Tyler Voss.
Defending for the Eagles, Tyler Voss, Colin Carroll, and number 56,
gain of, call it 2 to the 31-yard line there for Volgamore on his 2nd carry of the night. This is a Scott City offense that you can tell they really miss their injured guys. Carson Farrow, Chase Thomas, Lawson Bailey, all home run hitters, all out tonight. Thomas played on the first drive, and we haven't seen him since. Shotgun with 3 receivers left on 2nd, and a long 8. Motion from the slot man, Volgamore. Metzger throwing to the bubble, left side, has a catch. It's McDaniel, chased down on the perimeter by Connor Lanning, who spills not only McDaniel, but the line judge as well, before McDaniel can turn the corner. Up to the 36-yard line, a pickup of 5. Brings up a third down and a long 3 for Scott City. McDaniel's first reception tonight. Clock stop with 25 seconds to play in the third quarter. Third and a long 3. Line to gain is the 39. Metzger under center with split backs and a wing. Play action. Metzger under pressure, rolls to his right, throws over the middle, has a catch. It's the big tight end Hawkins. Excellent form tackle out in space on the right hash by Carson Van Eaton. But Hawkins has the first down across the 45 to about the 46, maybe the 47-yard line. Call it the 46. It's a 10-yard catch and run for Hawkins on his second reception tonight. Scott City has to hurry if they want to snap it one more time in this quarter. And they just do get the play off. Quick pass to the right. McDaniel in trouble and wrapped up by Carson Van Eaton and Nick Reamer right at the line of scrimmage on the final play of quarter number 3. Hey, Colby Eagle fans, put your 4 fingers in the air. Your 10 seniors need you. They're 1 quarter away from a season-changing victory. They lead Scott City 28-7. You're listening to the Eagles on radio on 100.3 The Ride.
Your home is the one place where everything should be perfect, including your air. McKee Inc. helps you achieve the perfect air you deserve with reliable, groundbreaking, award-winning Lennox products. Call McKee Inc. to hear more about how we can help you feel healthier and happier in your home. It doesn't get any more perfect than that. Call us today at 785-462-3132.
This is Dr. Kristen Parker from Northwest Kansas Chiropractic. One of the top priorities at our clinic is making sure our patients are comfortable. For some, walking into a doctor's office of any kind can be nerve-wracking. Rest assured, we never ask or force anyone to do anything that compromises their comfort. After all, the whole point of chiropractic care is to make sure you feel better. For effective, comfortable, and professional care, make your next appointment with Northwest Kansas Chiropractic. Learn more at nwkchiro.com.
Eagles on radio, 100.3 The Ride.
Fourth quarter time from Denon Field, and these 10 seniors on their senior night, along with the rest of their Colby Eagle teammates, trying to defend their house. They lead Scott City 28-7. Scott City has a 2nd and 10 from their own 46 going right to left. It's a quick out to the right. Tight end Hawkins with the catch, dragging a tackler into Colby territory. Finally tumbles down at about the Colby 46, maybe the 47.
For the Eagles, number 12, Breon Barton, and number 23.
Breon Barton, Carson Van Eaton over there to make the tackle. Hawkins ruled to have stepped out at the 48. So it is a 5-yard catch for Hawkins. 3rd and 5 coming up. Empty backfield for Dylan Metzger. Ball on the far right hash. 3 receivers to the left. Metzger takes a snap. Throwing a slant left side and has a catch. And running through the traffic is Tracer Chapman. Breaks a tackle to 35. Inside the 30. Down to the 25-yard line. Tracer Chapman catching the quick slant on the left and breaking it all the way across the field to the right to the 26-yard line. A 22-yard catch and run. And Dylan Metzger is up over 100 yards passing tonight. That was a must convert for the Beavers, and they did it. 1st and 10 from the Colby 26. Ball on the far right hash, 3 receivers to the left side. Snap back to Metzger in the shotgun. 5-step drop. Flag is down. Rolling right is Metzger. Nowhere to throw. Breaks it back to the left under some pressure and is tripped up just beyond the line of scrimmage at the 25-yard line. Flag came in from the side judge on the snap, which usually means either someone lined up in the neutral zone for the defense or someone was lined up inappropriately for the offense. Which one is it? Illegal procedure on Scott City. So 1st and 10 becomes 1st and 15. Colby outscoring Scott City 14-0 in the third quarter, growing their 14-7 halftime advantage thanks to 2 touchdown drives with a short field, a 6-play, 34-yard scoring drive off a Tyler Voss interception, and then off a short punt, which may have been partially blocked, a 6-play, 25-yard touchdown drive. 1st and 15 for Scott City from the Colby 31. Beavers again moving right to left in this fourth quarter. 11:06 to play in it. 2 receivers to the left, shotgun set. Metzger takes a snap. 5-step drop. Rolls to his left under pressure from Tyler Raymer, and Metzger tucks and runs. Jumping on his back to wrangle him to the turf is Colin Carroll at about the 21-yard line. Good run for Metzger on the scramble. He picks up 10, maybe 9. See where they spot this. Call it the 22, a 9-yard run on that 1st and 15, so he gets the penalty yardage back and then some. 2nd and 6 coming up.
2nd down 5 for the Beavers.
Metzger tonight has been sacked 3 times. Colby came in with just 2 sacks as a team this season. They have 3 tonight, 1 from Breon Barton, 1 from Ian Rosales, and 1 from about 4 different players who all met at the quarterback. Split backs with a wing to the short side left on 2nd down and 6. 1 receiver split out to the right. Metzger takes a snap, play action, rolling right. Throws it deep on the wheel route down the right sideline and too far out of reach of the intended receiver, Chapman.
For Colin McDaniel's incomplete, defending for the Eagles.
It was Carson Van Eaton on the coverage, running step for step with Chapman as he ran a wheel route from his wingback position. 3rd and 6 coming up. Metzger tonight, I mentioned, over 100 yards passing. He is now 10 of 17 for 109 yards. No touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Receiver goes to the left side, wing left on this 3rd down and 6. Split man in the backfield, and a flag blows the play dead before Colin McDaniel can take the handoff. False start on Scott City. And these are the kind of mistakes you don't often see a Scott City team make, but again, you don't often see a Scott City team this young. Mentioned in the pregame, they have 6 seniors on their roster. One of them is an Italian foreign exchange student who'd never played the game before coming to Scott City. And 3 of those other seniors are out with an injury tonight. So this is a team leaning heavily on its junior class and also a lot of sophomores and even freshmen getting playing time tonight. 3rd down from the 27. Line to gain is the 17. I think they only marked that off 3 yards. A blitz and throwing the ball. It's intercepted. It's picked up and running down the left sideline is Bryce Myers. Myers to midfield to the 45 to the 40-yard line of Scott City before he's shoved out of bounds. 3rd interception for the Colby defense tonight. It's Bryce Myers' 2nd pick of the year. There was confusion on where the ball was spotted. Then Colby sent the house. Connor Lanning with the blitz from his corner spot. Hit Metzger on the throw. The pass to the outside to the right was short of the intended receiver, and Bryce Myers broke on it to pick it off. And now Colby, with a 28-7 lead and 9:39 to go, takes over at the Scott City 40-yard line. All 3 of Colby's second-half drives have started in Beaver territory, and they can drive a nail into the coffin with a score on this possession. Empty backfield for Hunter Vaughn with 3 receivers to the wide side right. Slot man from the left, Betts in motion. A fake to him. Pressure up the middle. Vaughn eludes it. Steps up and throws. Deep down the middle of the field looking for Tyler Voss. And Voss makes a catch to the 5. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown! Colby! Tyler Voss, 40 yards. It's all Eagles. They are rolling over the Scott City Beavers tonight. Hunter Vaughn eluded the pressure up the middle, stepped up, climbed the pocket, delivered down the middle. The ball hung up forever, but Tyler Voss used his body to shield the defender, make the catch. He bounced off, walked in, and now Colby leads it 34-7 with 9:31 to play. Colby once again to go for 2. They're 2 for 4 on those plays tonight. Motion from the right, Zane Betts. He takes the jet pitch, and once again, it's Betts in for the 2-point conversion. It was close, but for the 3rd time tonight, Zane Betts has 2, and Colby leads Scott City 36-7 with 9:31 to play. You're listening to the Eagles on radio on 100.3 The Ride.
The
Colby Free Press brings residents of Thomas County news, pictures, and commentary on the happenings, issues, and events that impact the lives of residents of Thomas County. The Colby Free Press is informative and affordable. The Colby Free Press is a local daily newspaper that has earned a great reputation for journalistic excellence and extensive knowledge of the local communities of Colby, Rexford, Brewster, and surrounding communities.
Hello, this is J.L. Evans with Western State Bank in Colby. If you're looking for a commercial or ag loan, stop by and see Matt Smith or myself at our home on the range, 1750 South Range in Colby. If you're too busy to come see us, we'd be glad to come to your place of business or farm. If you're in the market for a home loan or would like to refinance and take advantage of the current low home loan rates, come in and see Janice Cates to learn about all the home loan products at Western State Bank in Colby. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
The Eagles on radio, 100.3 The Ride.
It's all Colby tonight at Denon Field. They are leading the Scott City Beavers 36-7 with 9:31 to play in the fourth quarter. They take advantage of the Bryce Myers interception. One play later, Hunter Vaughn with a deep ball to Tyler Voss for a 40-yard touchdown. Voss's third total touchdown, second through the air, and Vaughn's fourth passing touchdown tonight. 36-7, Colby in the lead. Another deep kick taken by Colin McDaniel at about the 10. McDaniel bounces the return outside to the right at the 20, crosses the 30, and is tripped up at about the 32-yard line of Scott City.
McDaniel on the return.
Colby had lost 4 out of 5 coming into this senior night contest. All season long, the things that Reese McKinney had tried to get this team to get back to. Fast starts, playing well at home, playing for your brothers, emphasizing the brotherhood of this football team. It has been an alchemy that has been successful this week as Colby has come out and absolutely flattened the Beavers. 1st and 10 from the Beaver 33-yard line. It's a handoff up the gut to the fullback Welker. He picks up 2, maybe 3 before he's banged down between the hashes. Connor Lanning coming up in run support along with Bryce Myers.
Tackle made by Bryce Myers.
And Welker gains a pair to the 35-yard line.
2nd down and 8 for the Beavers.
As much as Colby had struggled throughout the year, I have to imagine that these Eagles are now 9 minutes away from, when you add all of the components together and give it context, one of the more satisfying wins of the Reese McKinney era. Not just because Reese McKinney himself is a former Scott City Beaver. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right, shotgun set with a back to the left of the quarterback Metzger. And it's a delay handoff to Welker. Coming in to fill the gap is Nick Raymer, and he spills Welker after another short gain of about 3 to the 38. Good tackle one-on-one by Nick Raymer. Call it 4 or no 3. It'll be 3rd and a short 5 coming up. Welker tonight held to 46 yards on 9 carries. Scott City is a team still below the century mark in rushing. Trips left, 2 receivers right, and an empty backfield on 3rd and short 5. Metzger short drop, throws outside of the right, and has a catch. It's Welker. He is dragged down across the 45 to about the 47-yard line, and that is 1st down yardage. Chains move from the 38 to the 47, a 9-yard connection. And Welker, with his 2nd reception of the night, moves the chains. First and 10 for Scott City from their own 47. 7:45 and counting to play. Colby 36, Scott City 7. 3 receivers left. It's a handoff to the fullback Welker. He is stood up by Ian Rosales and driven sideways before the play is blown dead. Ian Rosales has played a super game tonight. He came to play, much like the rest of his senior teammates, right from the get-go. Colby took a first quarter lead for the first time since week 1, led 14-7 at the half, and they have dominated this second half in front of a giddy home crowd. 1-yard gain for Welker brings up a 2nd down and 9 for Scott City. Wings to either side and a shotgun with receivers either side. Ball on the right hash. Welker motions out of the backfield to the left. Metzger, a 5-step drop and a deep ball over the middle of the field. Nobody home, and the pass is incomplete at the 35-yard line. Nearest receiver was Volgamore. Closer to the ball than the intended receiver were both Bryce Myers and Hunter Vaughn, but neither quite close enough to try and break hard on the ball. 3rd and 9 coming up. .6:58 to play from Denon Field. 36-7, Colby in the lead. Shotgun with 3 receivers left and 1 right. Snap back to Metzger, chest high. 7-step drop, pressure in his face. He rolls to the right. Colin Carroll's got him. Pass is intercepted. Breon Barton is going to take it all the way. Touchdown, Colby! Breon Barton have a game. He takes the interception about 40 yards for another Colby score. The Eagles are in dreamland on senior night. 42-7 with 6:48 to play. Colin Carroll delivered the hit. The pass went into the flat. Breon Barton jumped it, and nobody came anywhere near him as he rumbled down the far sideline for his first touchdown. A night to remember for that young man, Breon Barton. And with 6:48 to play, Colby is going to attempt an extra point, it appears. Or Ian Rosales is going to line up as the quarterback. Rosales, the senior, is under center in the shotgun. And Rosales is going to run it off of left tackle. Ian's in for the 2-pointer. You gotta love it. Ian Rosales with the 2-point conversion. And that's as fired up as the Colby bench has been all night. And why not? Maybe the big fella should have been at running back all this time. Absolutely incredible. What a night at Denon Field. 44-7. Colby leads Scott City with 6:48 to play. And Ian Rosales adds the 2-pointer. Well, I'll tell you right now, Scott City is a proud program, and for a long time they have dominated their GWAC rivals. I mentioned earlier, Scott City has won 16 of the last 17 meetings in this series, but these Colby seniors are going to be able to say that they never lost at home to the Beavers because they beat them here in 2019 in double overtime. And they're going to beat them here tonight. With 6:48 to play in the game, it's Colby 44 and Scott City 7. We owe you a station ID. You're listening to KRDQ Colby, 100.3 The Ride. Official distance on that return, I don't know, to be honest with you. I didn't see where the beanbag went down. 40-ish yards there for Breon Barton. A surprise starter as a junior at linebacker tonight. He has a sack. He has a pick six. He has a night to remember. Kickoff by Taden Fiken now for Colby. One of the upmen for Scott City takes it at the 20. And that is Cesar Peregrino up to about the 30-yard lines. Dropped at the 31 between the circles. Or between the hashes, excuse me. Shane Puckett with that tackle. 6:42 to play in the game as Scott City takes over at officially their own 30-yard line. Colby now outscoring Scott City 30-0 in this second half. On first down, it's a pitch to the left side. Colin McDaniel trying to escape to the edge. Carson Van Eaton holds the boundary and makes the tackle at about the 33-yard line. Ian Rosales got all the way across the field to help out as well. Call it a 4-yard run for McDaniel up to the 34-yard line. Just his 4th carry tonight. You have to say for Scott City, it is hard for them to cope without some of their best players, some of their senior leaders. They were excited to have Jace Thomas, their star junior running back in the lineup tonight, but after he caught 2 passes on the opening drive, he left the game and hasn't returned. On 2nd and 6, a handoff going right to Peregrino. He cuts inside at the tackle and then is shoved down by Nick Raymer. Just shy of the first down. Connor Lanning in on the tackle as well. Ball is spotted at the 39, so 3rd and 1 coming up after the 5-yard run. So some different ball carriers getting a chance here for Scott City. Peregrino, a sophomore. McDaniel, a sophomore. We've seen Camden Volgamore, a freshman. The future is bright as ever for Scott City football. But the injury bug has bitten them, and Colby has taken advantage of this opportunity to deal a big blow to this proud program. Scott City picks up the first down, a pitch to Welker going left. He crosses the 40, makes it to the 43. 4-yard gain on 3rd down and 1 before Carroll and Nick Raymer make the stop. 44-7 Colby, approaching 5 minutes to play in the game. And I imagine there will be a lot of people statewide who will see this score tonight and their eyebrows will shoot up their foreheads. This will be a result that catches some attention. Metzger goes under center on 1st and 10 for the 43. Give to Welker off of right guard. He runs right into the Colby defense. That's Zach Griffin who wraps him up and forces him to the turf between the hashes at the 46-yard line. Pickup of, call it 2, 2nd down and 8 coming up. Welker up to 54 yards on 12 carries tonight. And Scott City in no hurry, accepting their fate tonight, trying to put together a scoring drive for cosmetic purposes here as we approach 4 minutes to play in this game. Shotgun snap back to Metzger, another give to Welker off left tackle. Filling the gap is Nick Raymer, lowering the shoulder and tripping up Welker with some help from Breon Barton at the 49-yard line.
On the tackle, number 12, Breon Barton.
3rd and 5 coming up after that 2-yard gain.
3rd down and 5 for the Beavers.
We'll have official final stats, well, unofficial, as I have them anyway. Final stats, scoring summary, and I imagine an elated Reese Mckinney on the Farmers and Merchants Bank postgame show coming up at the conclusion of this one here on 100.3 The Ride. Colby with a 44-7 lead, under 3.5 minutes left. 3rd and 5 for Scott City. And before the snap, there's a flag down. Colby jumped into the neutral zone. Looked like Shane Puckett may have been lined up inappropriately.
Encroachment called against the Eagles.
And I think those 5 yards are going to be sufficient to move the chains. Or are they just short? Yep, called a first down.
Penalty results on Beaver first down.
1st and 10 now from the Colby 46. Can tell you that southeast of Saline has beaten Smoky Valley tonight 45-0. And with that win, southeast of Saline now has head-to-head over everybody who could potentially catch them in the district race. So southeast of Saline is going to be the 1 seed in 3A District 6. They play Scott City next week. On 1st down, handoff to Welker, bending it outside to the right, crossing the 40, dragging a tackler with him up near another 1st down. Tracked down about a yard shy finally. Carson Van Eaton helping to finish off the play. Colby still has most of their first-team defense on the field. A 9-yard rush for Welker, one of his longest carries tonight on that 1st down run. Colby will go to 2-2 in the district. Scott City will drop to 2-2 in the district. Smoky Valley will be 1-3. And then we don't have an update on the Russell-Goodland game. Last we heard, Russell led that one 6-0 at the half. 2nd and 1 from the Colby 37. Shotgun snap to Metzger. Bootleg right, throwing back over the middle, has the big tight end Hawkins at the 25. He sprints outside to the right, cuts inside to the 15, to the 10, runs to an ankle tackle, and stays on his feet all the way into the end zone for a Scott City touchdown. Gus Hawkins with a 37-yard catch and run for a touchdown, and Scott City is on the board with 2:02 to play. They cut the Colby lead to 44-13, pending the extra point. So for Dylan Metzger, his second passing touchdown of the season. For Gus Hawkins, his first career touchdown. Freddie Sines is on for the extra point. Good snap, good hold. A line drive kick splits the uprights. Colby's lead now 44-14 with 2:02 to play here at Denon Field. And so the second half shutout for Colby goes by the boards, but a strictly cosmetic addition to the scoreboard there for the Scott City Beavers. A 7-play, 70-yard touchdown drive that took 4 minutes and 40 seconds. Going to be a lot of heroes to comb through. No idea who we're going to go with for the Colby Dodge Ram Tough Player of the Game. A lot of candidates, about half a dozen kids I'm thinking of right now. Hunter Vaughn, 4 passing touchdowns. Tyler Voss, 3 total touchdowns, back over 100 yards rushing as Colby got the ground game back in gear after they had struggled so mightily to run the ball the last 2 weeks against Southeast of Saline and Russell. Call it home field magic, call it renewed energy, call it a different focus, call it what you want, but this Colby football team that has come out tonight in Week 7 has been much different than the one we saw the last 5 weeks. Deep kick by Bianco to the 15-yard line, taken by Carson Van Eaton. A good return for Van Eaton, leaping over a tackler, crossing the 30, tripped up at the 31-yard line. So Colby takes over with 1:58 to play and a 44-14 lead over Scott City. They'll start at their own 32-yard line, and we are going to see some new faces on offense. This is the first time this year Colby's been able to go to the second team on offense. It's Kaysen Carroll, a freshman, in at quarterback, a southpaw. He's got Tucker Wark, the running back, to his left. High snap, the handoff to Wark, bouncing outside of the right, shrugged off one tackle, not a second, as he is ripped down outside the right hash by J.P. Harris at about the 33-yard line. That is Wark's first carry of the season, and he picks up 2 to the 34.
2nd down 8 for the Eagles.
Colby with a 2nd and 8, of course, in no hurry to snap the ball. If they play their cards right, they should be able to run 4 plays and end the game. Receiver left is Tate Murdoch. Receiver right is Braden Imhoff. Wing right is Cyrus Johnson. Snap to Kaysen Carroll, handoff to Wark, sweeping right, cuts inside his blocker. Good run for Wark, across the 40, close to a first down, shoved bawerds as he went down right at the 42-yard line. That's a good-looking run for the sophomore Tucker Wark. And it is a first down for Colby, and now they can run out the clock. As we'll go under a minute to play before Colby snaps the ball next. What a win this is going to be for the Colby Eagles. Not just any win, a dominant win over one of the standard-bearing small school programs in all of Western Kansas, and certainly in the Great West Activities Conference. 1st and 10 from the 43. Another handoff to Wark up the middle, following his blocks. Bounces off of contact at the 45. Tough running for Tucker Wark up near midfield. Finally banged to the turf at his own sideline at the 49-yard line. A 7-yard run there for Wark. And Colby doesn't have to snap the ball again if they don't want to. Approaching 20 seconds to play in the game. Colby just milling around. They're not going to snap it again. A series that has historically been so one-sided. A season on the brink, full of struggle and disappointment. On this senior night, a special night for 10 Colby Eagles seniors and the rest of their brothers in orange and black. The final score tonight, Colby 44, Scott City 14. The Farmers and Merchants Bank postgame show's next. You've been listening to the Eagles on radio on 100.3 The Ride.
together making a difference. Farmers and Merchants Bank supports locally owned businesses, farmers, and families. Community makes us what we are. Buying locally or volunteering. We are proud to promote the Colby area. Stop by either Farmers and Merchants Bank location, downtown or inside Dillon's, and see how we can help you with your banking needs. We have our roots where other banks have their branches. Farmers and Merchants Bank, member FDIC.
Don't just insure your stuff, strut your stuff with Strut Insurance Services. Darvin and his professional agents in Colby and Brewster represent a wide variety of insurance companies. They can personally shop for a specific company and policy that offer you the absolute best coverage for the best price on most anything you own. Auto, motorcycle, home, crop, farm. If it has a value to you, they can cover it. Strut Insurance Services is locally owned and operated with hometown agents that are experienced and offer fast claims. Located at 1675 West 4th Street in Colby and Brewster. Just look for the big yellow sign of Strut Insurance Services.
Cornerstone for your farming operation. Cornerstone will be your foundation.
One definition of Cornerstone is something that is essential or indispensable. That's why Cornerstone Ag has it in their name. They know it's essential to have the best facilities to make it quick and easy for you to get in and out of the elevator. Eric and his staff has indispensable knowledge and experience to help you market your grain so you get the most for all your hard work.
You're never alone with Cornerstone.
Ladies, Colby Community College wants you to know that renewable energy companies are creating fast tracks for advancement to bring more women into the industry. According to the U.S. Department of Labor, wind and solar energy are two of the fastest growing fields. There's never been a better time to let CCC help you begin a new career. Online classes start every 8 weeks. Remember, big muscles are not required to work in renewable energy. Brains and work ethic are. Contact Colby Community College today or visit colbycc.edu.
This is the Farmers and Merchants Bank postgame show on coverage of Colby Eagles on radio on 100.3 The Ride.
It is a final from Denon Field. The seniors in all varsity sports will be honored down on the field tonight, and it will be 10 Colby Eagles senior football players with smiles bright